Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Minnesota Twins.
Twins fans, this is your manager, Derek Shelton. Twins baseball is on now.
Back it goes, and gone! Demolished!
This guy has been absolutely incredible. Have a day.
Have a career.
They know they're witnessing something special today.
Best night of his big league career. Wow.
What else can you say?
Today's spring training game is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Target, proud partner of the Minnesota Twins. Now let's head live to the ballpark.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Fort Myers, Florida, where today it really feels like spring training. After a cooler snap of weather here, it's hot, it's sticky, temperature in the mid-80s, and the New York Yankees and their fans have made the trek down I-75 from Tampa to take on the Minnesota Twins here today. Young Marco Raya is going to get the start for Minnesota. It'll be a bunch of bullpen arms who throw today for the Minnesota Twins against a Yankees club that has gone 5-2 here in spring training. They may not have brought a whole lot of their superstars, but a couple of their top prospects are on the trip, including Spencer Jones and George Lombard Jr. I'm Chris Atterbury alongside Dan Gladden from beautiful Lee Health Sports Complex here in Fort Myers. The Twins and the home whites are ready. The Yankees are ready as well. Danny has your full starting lineups, and we'll get you back for first pitch next, right here on your home for Twins baseball.
Here.
Well, welcome back to Minnesota Twins baseball. Gorgeous afternoon here at Lee Health Sports Complex as the Yankees roll into town. Here is their starting lineup. It's leading off at first base, Ben Rice. Jason Dominguez will bat second, play left field. Paul DeJong at third base bats third, batting fourth and catching will be J.C. Escara. At second base, batting fifth, Max Schumann. Spencer Jones will bat sixth and play center field. At shortstop, batting seventh, George Lombard Jr. Yanquiel Fernandez will bat eighth, play right field, and in DH, batting ninth, will be Marco Luciano. Pitching here this afternoon for the Yankees will be Luis Gil. Last year, 4-1, limited action. Prior to that, he was 15-7 in 2024, former Minnesota Twin. Leading off for your Minnesota Twins, here's Byron Buxton in center field. Trevor Larnach bats second, plays right field. At second base, batting third, to be Luke Keeschel. Victor Caratini will be at first base. Going to bat fourth, DH, batting fifth. Ryan Jeffers, Brooks Lee bats sixth, plays shortstop. Austin Martin gets the start in left field. Gio Urshela again in the lineup. He's at third base, batting eighth. And catching will be Alex Jackson. Pitching here this afternoon, right-hander Marco Raya on the mound for your Minnesota Twins. Umpires Tyler Jones will be calling balls and strikes. Andy Fletcher, the umpire at first base, Manny Gonzalez at second base, and Clint Drake will be the umpire at third base. All three catchers in the lineup here today to get started. Here's Chris Atterbury.
Yeah, that was the first thing you pointed out last night when we got a look at the lineup, is that Caratini, Jeffers, and Jackson all on the 40-man and all in the lineup today. We do expect to be joined by Ryan Jeffers later in the broadcast. Couple of spring training kind of housekeeping notes to start with. Royce Lewis scratched yesterday in Bradenton after feeling something sore in his side during warm-ups there in Bradenton before the game with the Pirates. His MRI was clean. He is down today. He'll ease back into action over the weekend, and they do expect Royce to play in games next week, so that is very good news. Worst news for David Festa. It was announced yesterday. No relation to what he dealt with last year with the thoracic outlet issue, but his right shoulder, a little bit of an impingement there. Opening day certainly in doubt, and he is shut down for the time being. The other note, Liam Hendricks threw on a side field today as he works his way back towards game action. Game action includes Marco Raya, young right-hander, facing Ben Rice, the left-handed batter, and Rice takes a first pitch high. A ball and no strikes. 26 homers a year ago for the Dartmouth product. Drove in 65, played first base, DH'd, he also catches. Big open stance, leans back on the left leg. Raya delivers, and he delivers upstairs. It's 2-0. So Festa, Lopez already lost from that potential pool of starters. Raya has been a starter. He has been told, no two ways about it, you're a bullpen guy now. And he is training as such. 2-0 foul tip, and the count is 2-1. A lot of guys will stretch him out, and then you can always ease him back into the bullpen. With Raya, they said no. With his build, his mix, his injury history, they said you're going to be a bullpen guy, and he is ready to roll in that capacity. 2-1 pitch from Marco. He's out of Laredo, Texas, and he twists a sweeper down and in, 3-1.
And you talk about the bullpen role for him, and it could be a long man role. And I know that the Twins did that last year with a couple players. I think Adams was one of them, where they would be a bullpen guy, but they would stretch him out 4 innings.
Marco Raya, drafted during that COVID draft out of Laredo, Texas, in United High School. As he gets a foul ball into the net, it's 3-2. He's not a real big guy. You know, you think about a right-handed reliever, you're thinking about that strapping 6'5" guy. Looks like he came out of a John Wayne movie. Raya's smaller, you know, right around 6 feet, long curly, bushy hair coming out the back of his Blue Twins cap. Works off the first base side of the rubber on a hot, sticky day here in Fort Myers. And that's going to be a pitch clock violation on Raya, and that's ball 4 for Ben Rice. And it was almost, Danny, as if it was Rice reminding Tyler Jones, the umpire, that the clock had ticked down to 0. Tough way to give up a leadoff walk.
Have you figured out how to put that in your scorebook yet?
I put a little dab of purple on. I got a little purple highlighter that I don't use very much. I'm still trying to figure out how to mark challenges in my scorebook. Here's Jason Dominguez. First pitch hacking, fouls away, 0-1. Dominguez still only 23 years of age. It feels like he's been kind of percolating up near the top of the farm system prospect status for a long time. Hit 10 homers last year, stole 23 bases. Rice at first. Another young player drafted and developed by the Yankees as Dominguez lines a single to center field. Rice pulls up at second. Back-to-back base runners, and Paul DeYoung, the veteran, will be the hitter. When you say the word Yankees, Danny, people talk about the money they spend. But when you look at their roster, they have done such a remarkable job of developing homegrown talent, and a lot of those guys are still really young. Rice, Dominguez, Volpe's still a young player. They've got Jones and Lombard knocking on the door. They've always found a way to maintain a really strong farm system. First pitch to DeYoung, a righty, is upstairs.
Then you talk about Lombard. They've got 70-plus players in camp. All 40-man roster guys are in camp. And that Lombard you talked about, he's the youngest out of everybody in camp, just 20 years old.
His dad, a big leaguer, big league coach with the Tigers now. 2 on behind Raya. Breaking ball stays high, never broke. 2-0. Third outing of the spring for Marco. We saw him against the Gophers. He went 1 inning, gave up a hit, struck out 3. He went to Lakeland and went a scoreless inning with a strikeout against the Tigers. A chance by starting him today to get him a look at some front-end hitters. Bit of trouble here in the opening frame. His pitch nowhere close. Up and in, sailed arm side. The right-handed batting to Young, and the veterans now in a 3-0 advantage count. Young was with Washington last year. We've seen him with the Cardinals. We've seen him with Chicago. Part of 9 different seasons, over 7 years of service time. 3-0 pitch. You think he's swinging away here. Raya delivers. And he takes a strike, top of the zone, 3-1. Twins fell in Bradenton yesterday. Well, Simeon Woods-Richardson and Zebby Matthews pitched in that one. Alan Roden had 3 hits. Josh Bell knocked in a run. Today, home with the Yankees. And the 3-1 misses in, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And this is not the start Marco Raya and the Twins were looking for. And unfortunately, it is reminiscent of the start Andrew Morris had the other day here against the Orioles. He went single, 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 single. Got a line drive out, gave way to the bullpen, then it was double walk single. Ended up being a 6-run first inning. Really took the air out of the afternoon. The infielders will convene now on the mound. Conversation with Marco Raya, trying to calm him down a little bit. He's facing Ascara.
The thing I noticed is he's going to that rosin bag a lot, and he's trying to wipe his hands off. Talked about how hot and sticky sometimes that perspiration gets in between your fingers, and you just can't keep your hands dry.
J.C. Ascara bats left-handed. Played at Florida International, 30 years of age, bats left-handed. And the first pitch down and in. It squirts away from Jackson. Keeps a keen eye on the lead runner Rice at third as he tracks that ball down near the on-deck circle. Runners cannot advance. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Ascara finally hit the big leagues last year at the age of 30. Played in 40 games for the Yankees. Hit a couple of home runs. Long journey for him. And the 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball strike. Curveball. Good shape to it, 1-1. Ascara is a native of Florida, from Hialeah, Florida. And his nickname, it's a good one, the Hialeah Cannon. Need more colorful nicknames. 1-1, check that, didn't go, and it's down in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike, another curveball. Raya, of course, from Laredo, Texas. And I look at that in his bio, and all I think of is Marty Robbins, crooning El Paso. And the streets of Laredo, and all those other tunes. 2-1 pulled foul at the first base line. 2-2. Right, digging away at the pitching rubber. Needs some run, or needs some outs, I should say. Bases are loaded. Twins infield stays back. Nobody out here in the top of the first. Pitch. And it's wide, and the count is 3-2. We've seen far too often early here in camp, and not a surprise early maybe, where the Twins have had to get one of their depth guys up to finish out an inning because the pitch count in the inning got too high. Raya's thrown 17 pitches, has not recorded an out. And the 3-2 is pulled foul near the Yankee dugout. Stays 3-2. You had a chance to catch up with James Roushit, Yankee hitting coach.
Yeah, he's big smile on his face, and he's got some good hitters here to work with. But wished him. He had the interview.
Yep,
he was one of the finalists to be manager of the Twins and didn't get it. And he felt that he landed right in a good spot with the Yankees.
3-2. Oh, fair. No, foul down into the right field corner. Boy, it looked fair to the naked eye, but Andy Fletcher had the best view of it, and he says that's a foul ball. That would have cleared him. Harnick was chasing it down into the corner, but it'll be nothing more than some boos and ahs and get back in the box. Count still 3-2.
Yeah, they've got a special player in that Spencer Jones, center fielder. A huge kid, 35 homers, 80 driven in last year. And I watched him swing, and I would try to ask Matt Wallner, go watch this guy swing. You've got similar power. And he's just got a real nice, fluid, powerful swing.
3-2. Tap foul. We're going to see Jones. He's in the hole right now. He's 6'7", 24 years of age. At AAA last year and AA, AAA combined, hit 35 homers and still hit at a 274 clip average-wise. Kept the strikeouts down. And he plays in center field at 6'7". Pretty good combo. 3-2 on the ground, foul again. And when you start thinking about giants who roam center field and can hit for average, hit for power, and drive in runs, you look no further than the Yankee clubhouse and their captain, Aaron Judge. Judge will be the captain of Team USA as well. We're 21 pitches into this first inning, still nobody out. And they do have an arm up in the pen now, the Minnesota Twins. Bases loaded, nobody out for Escara. Raya delivers. And he misses down and in, and he walks in over 1-0 Yankees. On the third walk of the opening inning for young Marco Raya. Bag still full, and here's Max Schumann. Max Schumann, formerly with the Athletics. He had a handful of games with them in Oakland, then moved to Sacramento. But he hit just a .197 last year in over 100 games with the A's. And he's looking for work. And the first pitch in for a strike. All right, here we go. Get ahead in the count. Drops that cutter over at 89. Brooks Lee at shortstop. Keyshaw at second base. They're looking for a double play to get out of the inning. They'll concede a run for 2. 0-1. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. That might be the first clean miss.
That's a breaking ball right there. And once all the players huddled up with Raya, he's been going more to the breaking ball. He's been misfiring with the fastball. And that was a good breaking ball right there.
Options here, 0-2. Nobody out, bags full. And the 0-2 breaking ball swung on a miss. He strikes out Max Schumann. And that was a good plan of attack. It gets Raya his first out, and here is the aforementioned Spencer Jones, all 6'7" of him. He's a California kid, played collegiately at Vanderbilt. That's left-handed.
Quiet he is in the batter's box. He stands upright.
His stance is not unlike Wallner's. He bends over a little bit more.
He does have an open stance a little bit, but just watch the quietness with his hands and his feet.
Yeah, really not a lot of moving parts as he watches up and in. He's not all the way open. He's a 45-degree angle, kind of like Matt's new closed-up stance. The bat is held high in those strong arms, and then he kind of bends a little bit at the waist. And he doesn't really swing the front leg, Dan. He just kind of lightly lifts it up and holds it there. So he fouls down the right field line, 1-1. And he is not tall and thin. He is a big, strong kid. He looks like a tight end. Broad shoulders. Got the bases loaded here in the first. Hit his second home run of the spring in yesterday's Yankee win. 6'7", 240. Raya delivers, and it's down and in. There's a possibility, not a likelihood, but a possibility that at some point this summer you could go to Yankee Stadium and see Jones, Judge, and Stanton all in the outfield together. Look like an NBA front court. Two-one pitch. It's down and in. He started to go, held up, and the count now 3-1 on Jones. This will be the 29th pitch for Marco Raya. I can't imagine they want him over 30 pitches in an inning. Pitch on the way. Swung on a miss. He lost his helmet. The count is full at 3-2. 3 walks and a single to center field for the Yankees. They lead at 1-0. They have the bases loaded. Lee plays behind the runner at second to Young. Double play ends the inning. 31st pitch of the inning for Marco Ryan. On the way. And it's all the way to the backstop, ball 4. And that's going to move everybody along. It's the 4th walk of the inning. Second base is loaded walk, and it's 2-0 now.
Come on, Derek.
In favor of the Yankees. Got to come get him, I would think. And here comes Derek Shelton. And the most unfortunate of beginnings yet again for the Minnesota Twins and one of their young pitchers as Raya, struggling mightily with his command, walks 4 in just a third of an inning here in the first, and he will give way to one of the depth camp arms for the Minnesota Twins. It's 2-0 Yankees, bases loaded, 1 out. And we're back to tell you about the new arm next on your home for Twins Baseball. Well, last year, Nick Trabacchi was pitching independent baseball in New Jersey. He pitched independently in Long Island before that, born in West Islip, New York. Twins signed him. He was in their system in A-ball and high A-ball. And what do you know? Now he's facing the Bronx Bombers with the bases loaded and 1 out. Trabacchi on to face 20-year-old George Lombard Jr. The top prospects, not only in the Yankee chain, but around the game. First pitch slider is high, 1 ball, no strikes. So Trabacchi's buddies have to be excited. And when you come over as a non-roster guy, you're not on the official list to pitch, this is your shot. Something goes wrong, pitch count gets out of whack, your opportunity. As he throws a breaking ball off the plate away, and the count is 2-0.
Kind of a mess to come in and try to clean up. And when you're falling behind like that, you know, you're a little bit of trouble.
Bases loaded, still just 1 out. It's been a walk fest here in the top of the first. Trabacchi delivers, and he misses, and it's 3-0. He was at Maryland, Baltimore County, then he played at Shepherd University. Was an independent ball in Bakersfield, Long Island, Empire State, Charleston, Quebec, Hagerstown. This ball hit sharply past Urshela into left field for a base hit. 1 run will score. As Skara rounds from second, he will score. It's a rip single to left for George Lombard Jr., and it's 4-0 in favor of the New York Yankees.
Well, that ball hit hard, and that just ate up Urshela over there at third base. What you do, you try to, well, like that top spin on it's going to get to me real quick. I'm going down, and I'm going to backhand it, and that just ate him up.
Spencer Jones is now at third base on a 2-run single to left for Lombard. And here's Yanquiel Fernandez, left-handed batter. Trabacchi looking for an out. And the pitch is over for a strike, and the count is 0-1. It's been training, we know that. But these games just get different vibe to them when you have these long first inning standing. We've seen it now twice in the last 3 home games. You're looking for strikes. You're looking for quick action for your defensive players. As a pitch high 1-1, I'm looking at Byron Buxton out there, and he's just standing there sweating with nothing to do.
4 walks in the inning, then all of a sudden you get a hard shot to you. You're thinking, okay, ball, ball, ball. Whoop, here it comes. Be ready.
1-1 from Trabacki, a big swing and miss, and the count is 1-2. The only out, Max Schumann with a strikeout against Marco Raya. I guess probably a bad sign when he goes 3-2 on the leadoff batter and walks him on a pitch clock violation. That was a harbinger of things to come. Dominguez singled, and then it was a walk to DeYoung, a walk with the bases loaded to Escara, got a strikeout, then another walk, and that was it for Raya. 31 pitches, 4 walks, and a hit. He's charged with 4 runs so far, responsible for Jones at third. Trabacki again, independent league, just 20 games in affiliated baseball. He was at Cedar Rapids last year. And he is a New York kid. And something about seeing that interlocking NY 60 feet 6 inches away. Ahead of Fernandez, 1-2. There goes the runner from first. The pitch is taken for called strike 3. The ball is thrown into center field, and a run is going to score. Lombard Jr. will end up at third. So Fernandez strikes out. Lombard steals second base.
He's going to appeal this strike call.
We do know that Jones scored on a ball into the outfield to make it a 5-0 ball game. All the runs charged to Raya. That appeal is going to be denied. It is a strike, and it is a strikeout of Yanquiel Fernandez. Give Lombard a stolen base and give an error to the catcher, Alex Jackson. That play had a little bit of everything. 2 outs in the inning. Twins fielders have not had a chance to field a batted ball. Ninth man to bat is Marco Luciano, and he takes a breaking ball strike 0-1. The Yankees are down to 1 challenge, by the way. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to keep tabs on that. Big swing and miss by Luciano. It's 0-2. Former Giant, and then last year he ended up kind of stowed away at AAA all season. Hit some home runs there. Hitter-friendly park in Sacramento. But could not find his way back to the big club. Lombard is at third. 5-0 Yankees. Trabacki's 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out, and the inning is over. The good news for the Twins, their pitchers strike out 3 in the opening frame. The bad news, 9 Yankees bat, 4 of them walk, 2 of them have hits, and 5 runners stomp on home plate. It is a 5-run inning for the New York Yankees, and they lead it by the score of 5-0 after just 1 half inning of play. The other good news for the Twins, but they haven't even been at the bat rack yet. We got a lot of baseball still ahead of us. It's a suite special for a limited time only. You can get a special discount on select Target Field suites. Hurry, because this offer ends today. Enjoy a Twins game in style. Secure your suite at twins.com/suite flash sale. I was talking with Jim Rance today. He's in a suite here in Fort Myers, and he said, thank God, it's too hot for me outside today. So make sure you get that suite booked up, whether it's the heat of summer in Minnesota or maybe the cool of spring or fall.
That sounds like Jimmy Rance, doesn't it? Just celebrating his birthday the other day and here at the ballpark. Don't forget now, cheering on your Twins, sinking your toes into the soft white sand, and dining on fresh Gulf seafood. It just feels right here in Fort Myers. I'd like you to plan your trip at fortmyers.com.
Well, Victor Caratini's on target. Switch hitter, set career highs in plate appearances, hits, doubles, homers, and RBI last year for Houston. Caratini's played parts of 9 seasons in the majors, nearly 400 games behind the dish, and almost 100 at first base. That's where he's playing today. It's brought to you by Target, proud partner of the Twins. We'll see what Caratini can do at the plate. He's due to bat cleanup here against former Twins farmhand Luis Gil in the opening inning. Big news for the Yankees as far as pitching is the health of Garrett Cole and Carlos Rodon in camp, and Cole is going to be throwing hard and pain-free. Obviously, Max Fried had a big year last year. They've got Heel. They've got Schlittler, Cam Schlittler. Remember, he was fantastic against the Twins last year. Byron Buxton in to face Heel to get this thing started. First pitch to Byron to strike, and the count is 0-1. Byron's usually a pretty aggressive guy, but you fall behind 5-0 in the top half of the first, maybe going to take a pitch. Buxton, Larnach, Keishel. Byron swings and misses. Fastball at 93 that rode up and in. Byron steps out, piling up a bunch of at-bats in the early going. One of the great things about camp this year, I don't think we've talked about Byron's health at all. And not at any point in time has anybody wondered about when he's playing, how he's feeling. He fouls one right back towards us. It's just under us, and the count is still 0-2.
Well, I think that got put to bed last year with the season that he had. A different program. He's at an age now where maybe you take care of your body a little bit better. Not that he wasn't earlier.
Pitch high, 1-2. Prime of his career, Danny. We saw a wonderful year last year with all the home runs, just shy of 100 runs scored. I know that's something he'd love to do this year, because that means your offense as a team is churning. Rips this one down the left field line, and that is a foul ball by about 3 feet. You can have a lineup with Buck and Keishel up near the top, and they're both scoring 85, 95 runs. It means that you're having a nice season offensively as a group.
And that was kind of the drawback a little bit last year, the 2-out hitting with runners in scoring position. Got to clean that up.
1-2. That's high. 2-2. How many times did Byron hit a leadoff homer, get everybody all fired up, and then nothing the rest of the lineup, the rest of the game? As Buck fouls one down the right field line, it stays 2-2. Trying to deepen this lineup and deepen it with just consistent production. We've seen flashes from a lot of the different people in this lineup. Just trying to get it consistent. As the pitch swung on a foul off the mask of Scara. Nice at bat here. He'll see his 9th pitch now, Danny. Buck's not a guy who sees a ton of pitches. Decisive in the box, but forcing Heel deep into his bag of tricks.
Yeah, he's coming out. He's establishing fastballs to Buck.
2-2 off the fists, fouled on the third base line. That's the changeup. Second time he's done that. Tried to run a change in, and Byron's fouled it down the third base line.
Heel was that young pitcher. He is really, to me, he's added some size, some weight.
Twins traded him when he had yet to even play in the U.S. He was about 18 years of age. He was kind of one of those low-level lottery tickets, and then really blossomed in New York. Ground ball, left side of the diamond. Scooped up at third by DeYoung, and the veteran throws out Byron for out number 1. It was a changeup. He got Buck leaning for it, and he hit it off the end of the bat. So a long at bat, but Buxton succumbs on pitch number 10, and Larnach will be there.
Didn't we get an outfielder for Hill? Wasn't it? He always hustled. Remember his mother said, if you don't hustle, I'm going to take you out of the ball game?
Is that Cave? Was he in the Cave deal?
Jake Cave, I thought.
Pitch to Larnach, fouled away, and the count is 0-1.
And like you said, he was down at a low level. You said he hadn't even been played over in the States.
He'd been hurt.
He had been hurt. But it goes to show you the scouting department really kind of dug down in the weeds down there and got this young kid.
Pitch just off the plate away. That's another changeup, and Larnach able to lean out, spit on it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
15-game winner a couple of years ago. Last year, some injuries.
The 1-1. Misses wide. We kind of dropped the arm slot there.
Yeah, a little bit, getting some movement.
A little bit. Get a little goofy run from a 3/4 angle. 2 balls and a strike to Trevor. Larnach mashes this one deep into right field. Fernandez looking up, and it's into the seats for a home run. A fastball at 94. It came in at 94, and it went out a whole lot better than that. Trevor Larnach takes a lap, and the Twins are on the board. It's now 5-1 Yankees. Going to do a lot more of that this year. decent power year for Larnick last year, but there's more in the tank, and Trevor did not miss that heater right across the heart of the plate. Hit it 405 feet, 110 off the bat. So the Twins pick one up, and here's Keyshaw. Watches a strike in the count 0-1. Caratini on deck. One out, one in. It's a pretty home run.
That was a pretty swing.
Pitch taken for a ball, 1-1. Didn't miss by much. A heater at 95. Now they're going to challenge.
The pitcher challenge.
The pitcher heel.
Don't see that too often.
And if he misses, Danny, they're done with challenges. Heel thought he had a strike. Heel was wrong, and the Yankees are out of challenges in the first inning. One less thing for us to worry about.
You're up 5-1. Here's where you hear me talk about the strategy of it. Got to remind these guys that, hey, you're up 5-1. We still got a lot of ball game left.
The 1-1 swung on a miss. It's 1-2, and I'm sure that's a conversation that Aaron Boone will be having in that dugout.
Well, I think you have it with your coaches, and then at some point you sit down with your players and let them know that here's the strategy that we feel is going to work best.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield is back. Twins are down 5-1. And a pitch to Keyshaw's popped up into the seats. Good crowd on hand, soaking up the sun today. A lot of Yankee fans are here. Souvenir going home with a fan down below us in the lower bowl. They had the Robo-Dog out before the game. The 1-2 wide. There's a great example. 2-strike pitch that didn't miss by much, but you don't have a chance to look at it. Now the Robo-Dog with the Sheriff's Department here in Lee County brought the official game ball out. Foul ball straight back again. And that thing, it looks like something straight out of a sci-fi horror movie, doesn't it? It moves. You love it.
Brought the ball out, dropped it out there on the mound, and came back.
And as you said, the remote-controlled Robo-Dog never leaves a mess on the field. 2-2 popped up near third. Break in for DeYoung. He's under it in the coach's box, and he makes the catch. Pop up in foul ground, and Keyshaw retired. Here's Victor Caratini.
Wouldn't that be kind of unique that, even if it's a little fake something?
Well, our friends joining us on Twins TV and on Fox 9 Plus today got a good look at that Robo-Dog. I want to welcome in everybody listening across our Treasure Island Baseball Network as well. We got the triple threat today. You can find us everywhere as Caratini takes a strike. Batting left-handed here. All across the Treasure Island Baseball Network. Twins TV. You can, again, catch all the games for free and sample it this spring training and then get your subscription for the rest of the year. And Fox 9 Plus. 0-1 pulled foul past Grady Sizemore in the on-deck, or pardon me, the coach's box, and it's 0-2. Four walks in the top of the first led to 5 runs for the Yankees. Twins have countered with a solo home run by Larnick. They've had good at-bats. Even when you look at Keishel's pop-up, Buxton's ground ball out, between them they saw about 16 pitches. Caratini takes low, 1-2. So they're working some counts, getting some good hacks. We expect Cole Sands to throw the second for Minnesota. Keel nods his flat-brimmed cap and delivers. And there's called strike 3 on the inside corner. Keel fans Caratini, the inning done. Trevor Larnick solo home run to right. The Twins trail 5-1. We played one on your home for Twins baseball. Your local Toyota dealers bringing you today's Twins spring training game. Toyota, let's go places. Nice day to park yourself on a grassy berm here at the Lee Health Sports Complex. Sands, meanwhile, makes his way to that big lump of dirt in the middle of the infield. Sands will face the top of the order, Ben Rice, then Dominguez and DeYoung. Third outing of the spring for Cole. Faced the Gophers with a perfect inning, then went a scoreless inning against Baltimore. Yet to walk a batter, one strikeout. Rice from the left side, and Sands misses down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Cole Sands going to be a critical cog in the Twins bullpen this year. 2 years ago, really kind of burst onto the scene. He forced the Twins' hands. The ball low 2-0. Came up as a long man and then just kept pitching himself into higher and higher leverage spots. He'd come in great shape. He had a little zip on the fastball. Pitches were sharp. Last year, solid year, but maybe not quite as sharp as he lined her into center field. Buxton plays it on a hop, and Ben Rice has a hit to open the inning. Part of it for Cole last year, you know, Dan, you're coming off a year where you've just thrown more big league innings, more outings than you've ever had. And now making that adjustment. His body looks good, though, this spring, and I think he's ready to roll.
I was talking to him early here before the game started here, and he said the offseason went by real fast for him.
Jason Dominguez, the hitter, another lefty, swinging and fouling in the count 0-1. Fast in a good way or fast in a...
He kind of wished it would have maybe lasted just a little bit longer, but you know, he's excited to be down here, and I think he recognizes the new role that he's going to have. A lot more responsibility, and experienced it a little bit in the last month and a half of the season.
He delivers down and in, and the count is 1-1. And we've talked about it at length. Cole's a real unifier in the bullpen. A guy kind of brings the other players together, keeps them loose, keeps the mood right. You have to have a short memory back there. But he knows that he needs to get people out. That's his first and foremost job. It's a swinging miss, and the count is 1-2. Also benefits, I think, from no longer being the longest tenured guy back there, because he really hasn't been in the big leagues that long.
Right.
But then suddenly last year he's looking around going, am I the graybeard of this group? He's got guys like Rogers and Bonda and Chafin. A little different feel. Sets at the belt, and the Tallahassee native delivers, fouled straight back.
Well, Rogers will keep it loose in the bullpen as well. He's one of those quiet, crafty, witty guys.
Also, you know, pro's pro, going to keep in line. They've already had talks with some of the younger players this spring in terms of how do you conduct yourself in an interview. You stand up when a reporter comes to your locker. You know, what is your routine? Where are you during the game? Is it ground ball foul? When Rogers was still a Twin, I can recall there was a young starter that was up, and he came into the clubhouse. Taylor did, and he was getting ready to go out, you know, for a late inning stint, and one of these starters is in the hot tub, and he's like, no, we don't do that. He goes, well, I'm not pitching. He goes, you need to be out there. You're one of 26 guys. Get on the bench. Chased him back into the dugout. As a pitch down, and the count 2-2.
Yeah, a veteran can say that, especially the guys in the bullpen that are scheduled late. Remember Aguilera, even Eddie Guardado to an extent, Jeff Reardon, they wouldn't go out the bullpen until 6th, 7th inning.
Lee Smith was the real legend. He would sleep in the trainer's table. 2-2. Fouled off. Awkward swing there from Dominguez. Dominguez is powerfully built, and he has the speed. He's still 23 last year. But his swing, Dan, it's kind of a longer looking swing. Swings a long bat. And it feels like he has been a top of mind prospect forever. Yankees are waiting for that one big breakout year, and Dominguez is saying, hey, you just got to play me every year. Chops this one towards first. Caratini flags it in foul territory.
You know, one thing I noticed in the big buzz, I think it was last year surrounding the Yankees, and looking at Dominguez now, the Yankees were known for these torpedo bats.
Yep.
And yeah, all the success that they were having. So I remember a couple of guys started ordering them to the Twins, and you know, asked them if it was a difference, and they said, well, we're going to find out.
Yeah, that was the flavor of the month there early in the season, as this ball jolted to right field and deep for Dominguez, and that ball is gone. Fair ball out towards The Lagoon. Dominguez watched it go as that one caught the jet stream. A 2-run homer for Jason Dominguez, his second hit. And it's a 7-1 game in favor of the Yankees.
You talked about the success power right there. That was a line drive, and they've got so much talent on this club that it's tough to get guys like that consistent playing time. But it's nice to have a guy like that who can put the ball in the seats.
Talked about that long swing, but he turned that one around in a hurry, didn't he? That 111 off the bat, 373 feet over the boardwalk and out towards the old alligator pond. Strike called on Paul DeYoung. No balls in to strike.
We were out here last year, and the fishing game came out because somebody reported an alligator in the back. So we all went back out there to watch them catch it. They couldn't find it, but they had 2 more.
Ground ball back up the middle, picked up by Sands, flips to first. But they ended up taking 2 out of those ponds?
No, there was none there. They had already taken 2 out of some other ponds,
right,
and they had them in the back of the truck.
Did you go check them out?
I did.
Big ones?
There was one big one in there. They had them all taped up. And
here's J.C. Escara. How's your gator? You've had the same gator for years now.
Wally, he's out there. Moves from pond to pond. Some big ones out there.
First pitch to Escara's low, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, there was a gator forever here at the complex before they built the boardwalk. And the gator used to be out there in that little pond behind right field for years and years. The 1-0 pitch. This ball hit well to deep right field. That was loud off the bat, and see you later home run, J.C. Escara. 8-1 in favor of the Yankees, and they are teeing off on Twins pitching today.
Don't be surprised. The Yankees led the league last year in home runs, and I want to say that the 275, they out hit the next team by well over 20. So don't be surprised. They've got top to bottom power.
Nothing cheap about that either. Schumann digs in. He's like, give me some of that. I had $197 last year. I want some of that. Schumann watches a strike, and the count is 0-1. 2 homers here in the second for the Yankees, 8-1. They lead here in inning number 2. Those Gators out there going, you know what, guys? Yankees are in town. We maybe need to stay underwater. Just strike called 0-2. We've got incoming today. Was it Shreveport? Did you try to bring a gator into the showers in Shreveport?
No, I was going to do that here.
Well, I remember that. You asked me to help, and I said no.
It wasn't that big. We were going to tie it up, throw it in the shower when the guys were unexpected to see a gator come flying in there.
The 0-2 is wide, 1-2. What was it in Shreveport? Was it scorpions, or you had something nasty in the shower down there?
We had to shower with shoes on because of...
Gross.
Yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes. When you're showering with shoes on.
Yeah, flip-flops didn't work.
No,
you had to have tennis shoes on.
Those your running shoes? Nope, those are my shower shoes.
Yeah, my shower shoes.
It's down, it's 2-2.
You know, it's funny because when I played in Japan, they have different flip-flops to walk in different rooms. So we had one of the players come down to the dining room, and the cook came out and no.
He had the wrong shoes?
He had the, yes.
Swinging ground ball at the third base line, foul.
He had, I guess, his bathroom shoes on. You have bathroom shoes, you got your living room shoes. Well, he tried to bring him down into the dining room.
That was a no-no.
That was a no-no.
Were the shoes comfortable?
You'd be laughing. I mean, I wore wooden clogs, and I still have them, and they're about a size 5. I can get my big toe in there.
Foul ball straight back, 2-2. Why were they so little?
That's the pair that was in my room.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think it was a joke, you know, that they put them in. I think it was more that the geisha girls would wear.
Okay.
Those wooden clogs.
2-2. Swung on a foul tipped. Stays 2-2. Long inning for Sands. The 2 homers. He's thrown 23 pitches. They might have given you Provisy shoes on accident.
They would have been tight on him, too.
Corey will be down later in the spring. I'm going to take a little time off. Paul Molitor will be down.
Everybody gets time
Later
off.
on.
Everybody gets time off.
Dan Glad
Where's
gets
my
some time
schedule?
off.
Where's my schedule?
2-2 is all the way to the backstop. You've got plans. Got some adventures that you'll be on with the family.
Yeah, for 2 days. And those are off days we're not broadcasting.
It's tough being a Lee County legend. You'll probably go into the Lee County Hall of Fame at some point. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Swung on and skied in the air, foul. This is certainly the biggest crowd we've seen so far in the Grapefruit League. You know, we saw with Dominguez before the home run, and we're seeing it here with Schumann. Sands is doing a nice job getting ahead, but at this point in camp, he doesn't have that get it by you stuff, that finishing stuff just yet. It's still February. And the pitch is taken down and away, and that is ball. Way too much of that. 5 walks now for the Twins as that splitter fell out of the zone. And here comes Pete Mackey. As Schumann walking to first, and Jones, the mammoth left-handed batting center fielder, next order of business. They're getting a right-hander up and warming in the bullpen right now. 26 pitches for Cole, probably his last man. Well, some sad baseball news, Danny. Bruce Fleming passed away at the age of 86. Only 2 men in the history of Major League Baseball umpired more games in the big leagues than Bruce Fleming did, and he threw you out first ejection of your big league career.
Yeah, Bruce Fleming. And also, it's funny because when I got traded to Minnesota from the Giants, you know, we scrambled to get a place to rent. I rented this house from this guy over by the Court of Flags and near the ballpark.
In Orlando.
In Orlando. So he gives me the key, and I go in there, and I start unpacking stuff, and I see, you know, they got family photos around the house. It was Bruce Fleming's son.
Did he have a picture of him throwing?
Yeah, no, he had pictures of Bruce, though, in the house, so took him off the wall and then turned him, you know, upside down. Didn't want to look at it.
Spencer Jones, the hitter. Runner goes. A throw from Jackson past Lee and into center field. Throw was late. Lee just kind of a desperation swipe at it. Buxton backs it up nicely so the runner cannot advance any further. But a stolen base for Max Schumann on ball 1. Yeah, Joe West umpired more games than anybody. I think it was Bill Clem was second, and then Bruce. And he was involved in some famous plays and some famous dust-ups. As this one hits sharply to the right side for Keyshaw. Strips it off the dirt, flips it to first base, and that's out number 2 as Schumann goes to third. There's a famous picture out there. It was Pete Rose duking it out with Buddy Harrelson in the National League Championship Series at second base. And Pete signed it, and he signed it something like, he won the game, but I won the fight. And Buddy Harrelson signed it something like, uh-oh, what have I started here? And then Bruce is in the picture too, and he signed the same photo. George Lombard Jr., the hitter. Runner at third, 2 out, infield back. And the pitch down and away. What did he throw you out for?
Just arguing balls and strikes. I flipped my bat. He goes, there's $100. My helmet, there's another 100.
So you didn't have enough dirt on the spikes to merit that type of conversation with him yet? There's a ball down, 2-0.
Now, there's certain things that you can't address him with you or your. Once you use those words, you're pretty much gone.
2 balls and no strikes. It's all Yankees, and this ball hit high in the air. Right center field. Buxton shielding his eyes from the sun. Larnach racing over. It's Byron's ball. He makes the catch off his left shoulder. And the inning is done. 7 Yankees bat, 2 of them a homer. It's a 3-run second. It's 8-1 New York. Back for the Twins second in a moment on your home for Twins baseball. Well, Treasure Island Resort and Casino is the exclusive casino partner of the Twins. Enjoy exclusive benefits and promotions as an Island Passport Club member, just like our buddy Gino Marchinowski. Visit TICasino.com for details. Luis Heel is still pitching. He's facing Ryan Jeffers, and Jeffers takes high, 1 ball, no strikes. Run on a hit for the Twins. Home run for Larnach. The Yankees have answered with 2 homers of their own. And Larnach takes inside. That was the 100th pitch of the game. Look at that, 27 pitches for the Yankees, 73 pitches for the Twins. And we're in the second. Pitch 101 misses. Or pardon me, it's fouled off and they count 2-1. That is a lot of pitches. Too many pitches. And Heel misses wide and the count is 3-1. 3 balls, and a strike. And this ball hit high in the air to left field. Dominguez racing back into the gap, drifting in front of the warning track, and he'll make the catch. Cradling that in his baby blue glove. 1 out. Lee will bat. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins baseball. Brookslee batting left-handed here against Heel. Followed by Austin Martin. The pitch is upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. One of the things we've noticed here in spring, Brooks and Luke have been connected at the hip. When one plays, they both play up the middle. There's a pitch fouled away, 1-1, developing that chemistry together. They did not go to Bradenton yesterday, but it was over here early in the morning in Brooks. An exhaustive extended round of extra batting practice here in the main field. 1-1 is fouled away. He and Cody Clemens were out here just tacking away off the machine, off specific spin. Always some activity here at the complex. The 1-2 is low.
It's kind of nice that you don't have to make that trip up there, but it seems like you do more work when you're behind. And not only batting practice, you're going to take some ground balls. You're going to work on your glove work.
2-2 fouled away. Good cut.
And Chris, with the equipment they have today, in particular the pitching machines, how they can, simulate that particular spin, that particular breaking ball, that particular fastball, that cutter.
You can get really specific about what you want to work on. There's a pitch fouled away. You hear a lot about hitters when the rise fastball was kind of a new row, and they work just on hitting that high force, getting on top of the ball. You've got velo machines that'll shoot the ball from different angles. Lee fouls yet another pitch away, 3rd 2-strike foul ball. Now we see when Joe Ryan starts on the road, some teams will set up a machine that is considerably lower than a typical arm slot to give a different angle to their hitters in BP before the game. Brooks watches a called strike 3. He's going to challenge that. And he did not waste any time. It was a changeup in, and Brooks never even left the box. He was pretty certain that that's ball 3. Yankees have been 0 for 2 on challenges. See how the Twins do with their first. And that is a ball. So Brooks was correct, and the count is 3-2.
One thing I learned the other day, I was studying this ABS here, automatic ball strike, and we were talking about, do different guys have different strike zones?
Brookslee takes ball 4. He'll take his base.
And what I learned is they take a picture of the batter standing upright, not in his batting stance. So it's an upright picture. So like you said, taller guys are going to have a taller, longer strike zone. But then they get in the batter's box and they crouch over and kind of shrink that strike zone up.
Austin Martin swings at the first pitch, fouls away. Well, that was a great example of kind of strategically making it work, right? It was strike 3. You were pretty sure it was a ball. You end up working your way on base. So you've saved an out and earned a base runner with it. And you're down 8-1, so you need base runners. Here's the 0-1. And Martin shoots this one to right center field for a base hit. Brooks hesitated briefly. He'll trot into second and stop there. Nice swing from Austin Martin. And there are 2 on here for Gio Urshela. Twins need these guys on base, Danny, all year.
Yeah.
Brooks wants that on-base percentage up. He talked about upping his walks. And Austin Martin needs to pick up where he left off in September.
That's what we saw last year a lot in, and that was Austin Martin going the other way. And he shot that right over the second baseman's head. Good swing.
That's his game. And that's when he is locked in. Urshela takes down and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Ton of at-bats for Gio Urshela early in camp. Urshela will play for Colombia in the World Baseball Classic. 1-0 swinging miss, and the count 1-1. And he's just really trying to find a swing, Danny. I mean, we've seen him have good years at the plate, but last year was a real struggle for him in every way, shape, and form offensively. One ball, 1 strike, 2 on. He takes a pitch down and away. Heel wanted that one, 2-1.
Heel's asking for a replay of it, and I don't think he realized they're out of it.
They're like, no, you burned that one up. In the history of Major League Baseball, only 3 Colombians have more hits than Gio Urshela. Edgar Renteria tops the list, and then a couple of former Twins in Orlando Cabrera and Donovan Solano. Urshela 4th, and then hard-hitting Harold Ramirez. 2-1. That catches the corner, 2-2. 2 on and 1 out. Twins are down big. It's 8-1. We're in the second.
That explains a little bit about Urshela's at-bats that he's getting.
Yep.
Getting him ready, game ready.
Down and away. Another ball and another full count. Going to be talking in the 3rd inning with Jimmy Cruz, the general manager of Brightwater Lagoon. We were looking online at some of the things Brightwater Lagoon has to offer, and it looks like a ton of fun. I'll let Jimmy explain as the 3-2 is fouled away. We're talking water slides, water obstacle courses, which caught your eye. We'll do some paddle boarding, kayaks. Looks like a good place to spend the day with your family. Hear from, again, Jimmy Cruz coming up in the 3rd. 3-2 pitch. Foul away. Just a ton of foul balls, both sides today. We're an hour into this ball game. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. It is 8-1 in favor of the Yankees. Urshela fights another one foul, and that's off to our right. A group from Coca-Cola of Lee County just caught a souvenir.
You ever been to their plant?
I've not.
They got a pond in the back.
Full of fish or gators?
Both.
We should get down there after the game.
Got to climb a fence.
3-2 in the air, right field. Fernandez is there. He'll reach down, make the catch. Lee's going to tag. Brooks is headed for third base, draws a throw, but just does beat that throw at third base. Yanquiel Fernandez had a strong throw from right field, but Lee is able to pick up 90 feet on a line drive out to right. It's also going to get Aaron Boone out of the dugout because Luis Gil has thrown 50 pitches, and that is his limit today. So we'll take a timeout. Twins are down 8-1. We're in the 2nd. They're on the corners for Alex Jackson. They'll face a Yankee reliever next on their home for Twins baseball. It's a hot spring day here in Fort Myers. The Yankees bats are hot. They're up 8-1. Twins, though, threatening here with runners on the corners and 2 outs for Alex Jackson, and he'll face Kelly Austin. Kelly Austin relieving Luis Heel, who threw 50 pitches through 2 innings, gave up a run on a couple of hits and a walk. Responsible for both base runners, and Austin immediately throws over to first. Alex Jackson did hit a home run the other day, but with Martin at first base, he's a threat to move and put another man in scoring position, and there he goes. And a big swing and miss by Jackson, and Martin steals that one easily. And Danny, that's another big part of his game, and I know you'd love to see Austin Martin, 25, 30 bags.
Chris, that is his game, and that's what they're looking for, even though the score would indicate maybe during the season that you're not running down 7 runs like that, but that's his skill set. Base hit, drives in 2.
Jackson fouls one away down the right field line, and the count is 0-2. We talked about it a lot late last year. Runner at first, 2 outs, chances of scoring him, not great. But you get a guy at second with 2 outs, and boy, what did he say? Doubles your odds of getting a run home. 0-2. Pull deep down the left field line, and that's a foul ball well past the old Cutwater dugout. That's a new addition here for Muscles games this summer. Alex Jackson, well-traveled veteran backstop. It'll be interesting because they signed Jackson and then Caratini became available. They're both on the 40-man roster. You've got Jeffers, of course, as your main catcher. And there's going to have to be some decisions made late in camp. As Jackson pulls one on the ground towards third, plucked off the dirt by DeYoung, and the veteran throws out Jackson to end the inning. Twins strand him at second and third. We've played 2. Twins down 8-1. We're talking Brightwater Lagoon when we return. We're home for Twins baseball. Well, we've got a new pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. It's Dan Altavilla who's going to come on and throw for the Twins. It's an 8-1 Yankee lead. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, and we're very excited to have Jimmy Cruz here. He's the general manager of Brightwater Lagoon, and we talk about all the things to do here in Fort Myers when you're down for spring training, and the Brightwater Lagoon needs to be on your list. Explain to the folks, Jimmy, a little bit about what's going on at Brightwater Lagoon.
Yeah, so Brightwater Lagoon is a very unique concept. It primarily, as it was built, it's in a residential community. So if you can imagine, like communities that have golf courses and things like that. Well, our concept is we took the golf course out and basically put a really great lagoon. It's basically a giant 6-acre pool, a lagoon, you know, with white sandy beaches, swim-up bars, places where you can you know, rent some shaded areas. It's basically a great day at the beach. But the folks that live there, they pay a fee and have a quarterly fee, and they have access. But then it's also the unique concept of this is you can also buy a ticket as well and enter. And right now we are coming. It's crazy because right now it's so busy down here in this area, but we're actually gearing up. And so spring break is kind of when we kick things off. And then in the summer, it's really busy. So yeah, for sure, anyone that's coming down to this area, it's a very unique place. We're one of 4 lagoons. The other 3 in the Tampa area. So this is the only one in Southwest Florida. But we just have a great time operating it, and it's a really cool place to kick back and enjoy Florida sunshine.
It's 1-2 on Yankiel Fernandez, Alta Villa pitching for the Twins. Danny and I were taking the 360-degree tour online today at metrolagoons.com, and you've got like climbing structures, you've got water slides, paddle boards. It looked like something really for anybody of any age.
Yeah, there really is something for everyone. As you said, the obstacle course in the water, kayaking, and stand-up paddle boards. Those are for an additional fee, which actually right now if you buy a ticket, that's included. So we kind of threw that in there. The water is cold, but it's warming up every day. It's usually a couple of degrees off of the Gulf, so it's really just like going to the beach. And it's a great, on a day like this where it's very hot, it's a great place to cool off.
And I noted that you also have things maybe more for the grown-up set. Kids can be in the water, but line dancing, casino nights.
Absolutely. Tonight is actually casino. Now we have we do cigar nights.
Oh, Danny.
Oh.
We do.
And a swim-up bar, right?
Oh, absolutely. I was swim-up bar, and that's
Danny's locked in.
One of our star attractions is the swim-up bar. But yeah, we have a couple of different places where you can get frozen drinks, and really any libation you want. We have we sell buckets of beer. And another cool thing for the sports fans is we have a really great area we call the Hub that actually we show sports on a big screen, and we have a shaded area there as well. It's all got AstroTurf on it, and we have other games and stuff you can do. So there's stuff for everyone to do there.
Ground ball down to second base for Fernandez, gobbled up by Keyshaw, and there's one away here. Marco Luciano is the hitter for the Yankees, talking with Jimmy Cruz. Where is it? Where is the Brightwater Lagoon?
So it's very convenient. It's right off of 75, Interstate 75. So it's right near the Caloosahatchee River in North Fort Myers, right there at the exit at North Fort Myers off of Pritchard Parkway.
Okay.
And very easy to get to. If you jump on our website, metrolagoons.com, we have all the information about tickets and how to get there, and all the offerings that we have there.
So after dark, after the guests go home, you guys go out and play on the obstacle course?
Unfortunately, no. The water does close. Yeah, the water does close when the sun goes down. But when the sun goes down, it doesn't stop. So you can actually come after 5. You don't even have to buy a ticket anymore. You can just come to the lagoon, kind of see what it looks like, and you can enjoy some of the festivities and things that we have at night.
Well, you can enjoy watching Danny at the swim-up bar with a cigar.
Yeah.
Do you have the wave pool?
We do not have a wave pool.
Okay.
No, it's really simple. There's not a lot of slides and things that a normal traditional water park does have, but we do have a one-story slide, and then the other things that we mentioned. We also have a nice splash pad for the little ones. A lot of our entryways are 0 entries, and with beach sand, so it really is like going to the beach.
2 balls and 2 strikes, and a big swing and miss in Alta Villa, who's had a nice camp, strikes out Luciano. There are 2 quick outs for the top of the order. Rice, tell me about this obstacle course. I looked at it, and the first thing I thought of was that great game show Wipeout, where the people go on the obstacle course and get pummeled. And I don't know if you get to do any wiping out, but how do these obstacle races work?
So what you do, first thing you have to do is you have to include a splash pass, which, like I said, right now it's included with your admission. So if you get in, we kind of get everyone together, and we take people out. We take people out in groups, and we give them all the rules. So
and away they go.
Unfortunately, we do have a lot of rules, and we don't want people losing things and being, we don't want a complete free-for-all out there. But
probably a good idea. Liner back up the middle. Alta Villa grabs it. He did a nice job, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Jimmy, it's a great addition to Fort Myers. We invite everybody to visit Jimmy Cruz at the Brightwater Lagoon. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this on Home Twins Baseball.
Twins and experience baseball your way.
Welcome back to our very own non-water-based swim-up bar here at Lee Health Sports Complex. Byron Buxton leads off. He's facing Luis Heel, who's back in the ball game, and Buck pops the first pitch up to center field, where a mammoth center fielder, Spencer Jones, high pointed for out number 1. Heel came out of the ball game in the second after the in-inning pitch count got ratcheted up a little too high. It gave way to Kelly Austin, who got the last out of the inning, and now Heel is back. And he'll face Larnach, who homered off him in the first. 8-1, Yankees lead. Larnach in from the left side. Clobbered a 2-1 pitch into the seats and right, and he swings at the first pitch. And he pops this one up towards third base. DeYoung's been busy, and he nearly collides with the young shortstop, George Lombard Jr., and it's DeYoung, the veteran, who ends up making the catch. As their gloves touch, there are 2 outs on 2 pitches. Well, the Twins Pass is back in 2026 for just $229. You can enjoy all regular season home games at Target Field, including the home opener. This exclusive price is only good through tomorrow, so act today. Purchase your Twins Pass today at twins.com/twinspass. Well, 2 pitches, 2 outs, and that's enough for Aaron Boone. He's out to relieve Luis Heel of the baseball. We've got 2 outs and nobody on for Keyshaw, and the bullpen gate is open for the Yankees. We're back after this on your home for Twins baseball.
By you.
Right-hander Bradley Hanner is on the pitch for the Yankees. Luke Keyshaw is the hitter. The Twins have made 2 outs on 2 pitches. Keyshaw aggressive typically, and we'll see if he's swinging at the first pitch from the righty Hanner. Yankees up 8-1. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning here from Hammond Stadium. Hanner delivers, and taking all the way, it's a strike called 0-1. Twins lone run on a home run off the bat of Trevor Larnach. The other hit coming from Austin Martin. Keyshaw fists this one in the air near first base. Ben Rice over, dives, can't come up with it, gets a face full of warning track dirt for his efforts, and Keyshaw stays alive. Kind of circled around that ball, Danny, and it cost him a little bit.
Well, he was fighting the sun the whole time. As soon as that ball went up, he was trying to locate it, block the sun out with his glove, and finally when it started to come down, he realized he wasn't near the ball.
Back to his spot at first. Keyshaw, new life. 0-2 pitch, and he takes it wide. 1-2. You know, for Rice, who also catches, very different angle, first base versus catching when you're chasing after a ball over near that first base dugout. 1-2. Breaking ball, and he fouls it straight back. Boy, you could see From here, that sweeper just kind of hanging, and Keishel doing all he could, Danny, to hold his water as he took that big swing and just fouled it back. I think your eyes got big as a former hitter when you saw that pitch.
Well, his eyes did too, and that's a pitch he probably would like back.
1-2. Another breaking ball, and he fouls this one straight back. It careens all the way back into the batter's box and nearly hit Tyler Jones. Stays 1-2. All Yankees on a Friday afternoon. They've had a nice spring. They're 5-2. Twins are 2-5. The pitch. And that's taken for a called strike 3, but Luke's going to challenge it. Twins are 1 for 1 so far in challenges. They both come on strike 3s. Nice job by Tyler Jones communicating with the group here at Lee Health Sports Complex. They put the visuals up, and guess what? Luke Keishel is correct, and the count is 2-2. So the Yankees went 0-2 on their challenges. Twins are now 2 for 2 on theirs. Last time it was Brooks Lee who saved himself a strikeout and ended up walking. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Luke. Frame is up. Pitch delivered. Swung on a foul straight back. Had him diving out across the plate. Pitch delivered. That one's wide, and the count is now full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hanner's first batter faced. Pitch delivered. Luke rolls one slowly up the third baseline. Lost his helmet. Bare hand by DeYoung. No throw with the speed of Luke Keishel, and he legs it out. Always going full bore down the line. And Keishel didn't hit it crisply, but he could smell a hit. Luke is now at first base, and Caratini, the hitter, Luke, a threat to run.
You know, Chris, one thing that I like about the ABS, that, you know, they've experimented with it enough down in the minor leagues to be able to get all the bugs out. Incorporated it this year. What I like about it, you get something right, you know. And like you said, work for Brooks Lee. It's going to happen during the course of the season. But it doesn't take long at all.
No.
You would think that it would extend some ball games to last a little longer. Not really.
Caratini swinging away, fouls off down the third base line 0-1. What I like is that it's so well communicated so that everyone in the building knows what's happening. The umpire says what's happening, and they put the graphic up. Unlike when you're challenging a play in New York where the crowd in the ballpark is just kind of wondering what's going on half the time. Caratini flinches at a pitch just wide. It's 1-1. DC Bear's got himself a front row seat behind home plate. He's sitting about 3 rows back. His head's still in the front row. The 1-1. That's a strike taken. Scara bluffs it, throw to first. Keishel's not going anywhere.
Caratini's going to challenge this one.
Well, let's see if we can go 3 for 3. Kind of flinched him a little bit. The catcher was coming up, which might have obscured Jones's view of it, but nope, that's a strike. Yeah, the Twins are now down to their final challenge. Eight to 1 Yankees. We're in the third. Keishel at first base. Caratini steps out. He's playing first base today. Made 10 starts at first base a year ago for Houston. Switch hitter. There goes Keishel with a bluff, a check swing. Did he go? He did. Ring him up, says third base umpire Clint Vondrak, and the inning is done. Caratini fans for the second time today. We played 3. It's all Yanks. 8-1 on your home for Twins baseball. Today's Twin Spring Training game is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. It's the top of the 4th inning. The Yankees are up 8-1. We've got a new pitcher, and to tell you all about it, here's Danny Gladden.
Well, thank you, Chris. Good afternoon, everybody. The new pitcher is going to be Grant Hartwig. Hartwig, last year with the Hanshin Tigers over in Japan, went 2-0 in 16 ball games. On the mound here, big tall right-hander, and he'll be facing Dominguez. And the first pitch fouls it back. Souvenir. A ton of pitches so far. You already said what, there was over 100 pitches in the first 2 innings.
Yikes.
It's a long afternoon. And just 3 strikeouts by the Yankees, 2 strikeouts for the Twins. But it's with the offense. 8-1 New York. There's a high strike call. No balls at 2 strikes. 5-run first, 3 more in the second. And a swing and a miss. Got him on a running fastball. Out number 1, and there is Paul DeYoung trying to make this club. He's bounced around. Washington last year, just 6 homers, 23 driven in 57 ball games. Last year, Yankees, 94 wins. I think that was the 3rd best record in baseball. And a breaking ball drops in there for a strike. I believe they tied with Toronto, but Toronto had the better play against each other. Hartwig delivers a slider, missed outside. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. So far, spring training this year, 5-2. Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, is 9th year. And the pitch, it hit him. Ran a fastball up and in, reached first. And now the batter's going to be Sakara, J.C. Sakara. He's the catcher today. He homered, walked, scored twice. He walked in the first, bases loaded. There was 4 walks in the inning. Sakara bats left-handed. See if the Twins get a ground ball double play. Popped up, left side. That's going to be near the Twins dugout, and that'll land on top of their dugout. Sakara just 20 ball games last year with the Yankees. A couple home runs, 11 driven in. Hartwig delivers. Missed on a breaking ball down and in. Well, the Yankees rotation got a lineup. Trent Grisham, free agent. He signed back with the Yankees. Aaron Judge, Ben Rice, he's in the lineup today. Giancarlo Stanton, he's going to be their DH. Line foul down the right field line. Dominguez looks like he's going to be playing some left field, and Jazz Chisholm, they got him maybe playing some second base. They got some offense. They didn't get a couple pitchers back. Garrett Cole, Rodon. I said Cole is ramping up right now. And the pitch way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Volpe, their shortstop in the past, and he's put up some pretty good offensive numbers. They always expect a little bit more from Volpe offensively. What they would like him to do is clean up his defense a little bit. Quick throw over to first, dive back is DeYoung safely.
And that was a swing, right? Because he won the Gold Glove as a rookie, and then suddenly the homers were up, but some of the other more fundamental parts of the game were down.
Defensively, mostly. It hurt him late in some ball games. And a pitch. Line caught by Keishel. Throw back to first in time to double him up. Nice job there by Keishel. And stabbing it. Nobody left on base. 3.5 in the books. Yankees 8, Twins 1 on your home for Twins baseball.
MLB.com.
New Yankee pitcher, big hard throwing right-hander, Carlos LaGrange, out on the mound right now.
This guy's the talk of camp. A big right-hander. He hit 103 on the gun the other day, and he's a good command. Aaron Judge is the guy who said this young man has the chance to be a frontline #1 starter for the New York Yankees.
They always seem to have talent, and they can trade away some good talent and get it back. Here's your 100-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
He drops a sweeper on him first pitch.
Well, if he can have that second pitch, that secondary pitch, and 100 with command, he's going to be nasty. Fouled off right side.
And there's 1-1, Danny. And you know how it works. If you get, Cole back and Rodon back, and there's a kid like this, there's going to be somebody in there whispering about putting him in the bullpen to get him into the big leagues.
Yeah, don't forget, they've got some guys down right now. Check swing on a fastball. They're going to appeal it, and he said yes, he went. So Jeffers strikes out. He doesn't believe that call.
Can't ABS that one.
Here's Brooks Lee to bat.
6'7", Danny, 250 pounds, 22 years of age. LaGrange never pitched above AA.
Yankees aren't afraid to bring him up. Bender stays high. They 8-1 Yankees. And that's high and away. Yankees only have 5 hits. Twins helped them out with 4 walks in the first inning. A couple of home runs. They came in the third, and that was swung on a miss by Brooks. Austin Martin in the on-deck circle.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? He's bigger and kind of longer, but Dylan Betances when he first came up.
And a check swing went around at 102.
And Betances threw really hard. He was a little thicker up in the upper body and the legs, but big menacing presence.
What's impressive with this kid here is it's fluid.
Oh, easy.
It's easy delivery, and it comes out of his hand very easy. That one's popped up, first base side, foul territory. We saw trouble with one before, but this one's going to reach the seats.
And Danny, we saw him drop the sweeper in to start at 84, and then we've seen the blistering heater, and then he can cut it there at 92, 93 just to get in on your hands as a left-handed batter.
Well, he's the type of arm that if he's not going to pitch in a rotation, that he'll be valuable in the bullpen. Little nubber off into the bat, going to be fielded by the pitcher. Not easy play. Comes up, throws it down the right field line. Well, they can throw it 102 over the plate, 60 feet 6 inches, but when they have to bend over and pick a ball up, he kind of double clutched and just airmailed over the first baseman.
And thankfully there's nets down there because that ball was whistling.
I'm going to give him a hit on that.
I would think that's an infield hit, yes. He's a guy, Danny, I would think that would be part of the attack. Is he a guy that
you can bunt on?
Yeah, it's harder to field his position being so big.
Lee at first, good lead. There's Martin. Singled his last time up. See if they stretch this kid out. Painted on the black. 99. 1 ball, 1 strike. Austin Martin. Gio Urshela in the on-deck circle. Ground ball in the hole at short. Going to be backhanded. Going to throw across the diamond. 1 hop. Nice play. For the shortstop, we talked about him. Lombard Jr. No play at second base, so he went across the diamond. Little one hop over there at first base. Ben Rice made a nice play.
His motion carried him all the way over the foul line and into foul territory behind the bag at third. That's how fast he was running and how far he went.
Don't forget, Austin Martin, one of the quicker guys on the team getting down that line. So runner at second, here's Urshela. He shies back from a fastball down the middle of the plate. Boy, he shied away from a fastball. What's he going to do when he gets the breaking ball? Out of the stretch, checks the runner. And another fastball in tight. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that sets it up even more so to maybe throw that cutter or sweeper away, doesn't it?
Well, you've got him set up. Urshela's looking for something. He doesn't want it in. He wants it away. There's a ground ball, crisply hit to the shortstop. Backhands it, comes up, strong throw. Retires Urshela. Twins with a hit, leave 1. 4 in the books. Yankees 8, Twins 1. On your home for Twins baseball. And this portion of Twins baseball is brought to you by your select Heartland Chevy dealers. Log on to Chevy Deal Online and find that dealer near you. Raul Brito on the pitch right now for your Minnesota Twins.
He's in the Dominican Winter League, Danny. 10 games there, pitched to a 2.08 ERA. Last year, 48 appearances out of the pen for AAA El Paso in the San Diego organization, the Chihuahuas. You would have played in El Paso back when
we did.
Bernansky and the boys.
They were the Angels then. Darryl Sconyers. He was a #1 draft pick. Got Schumann batting, but he's walked and struck out. First pitch in tight, ball 1.
El Paso back when you were playing there. Once it was AA Texas League then, and it was past the hat. They put they hit the home run nuts down there, right?
Yeah, Bernansky was there. Missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. They had Bernansky. There was a guy named Bishop, and there was another guy, and those guys would crush. Ball flew out of that park. Curveball for a strike. Scoreboard says 1 and 2.
I've got 2 and 1.
I do too. As Brito out of the stretch, nobody on his preference. Here it is. Curve, that drops in there for a strike. Evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talked about his 48th appearance. ERA a little high in the 6s. 82 punch out, 63 innings. Missed with a fastball.
He's got some funk, Danny. He dips his front shoulder back before he releases the ball, hides the ball. We saw the big slow overhand curveball already.
Schumann asked for timeout. He's going to adjust his gloves. Spencer Jones and Jan Dexter. Here it is. Breaking ball outside. And he walked. It's been kind of the theme for the Twins pitchers here today. They've hit a batter. They've walked 6 now. And here is Spencer Jones, first round draft pick back in 22. 35 homers, 80 driven in, 2 leagues, AA and AAA last year. 116 ball games. That one skips to the backstop. That'll be a wild pitch.
Struggling to throw strikes, and that's a tough way to make a living.
You kind of want to watch this guy hit. And he's the guy that I had mentioned earlier about Matt Wallner out here to kind of lean on the railing and watch him. Pitch down and in. 2 balls and no strikes.
Kept coming back how quiet he is. And he starts a little open, closes up, and then he is a statue as the ball is approaching home plate.
Keeps his hands way out front of his chest. Here it is. Curve on the corner for a strike. It's a good pitch there. If you can fall behind and then be able to kind of throw that breaking ball behind in the count for a strike. Good weapon to have. Brito delivers. Curve swung on and missed. Said Yankees 94 wins last year. Aaron Boone, 9th year. How about Jazz Chisholm? If you heard his quotes, he had 31 homers, 31 stolen bases last year. Pulled foul down the right field line. Had a homer the other day in a ball game up in Tampa. But he came out and he said he wanted to join the Ohtani Club. And I read it, and that's the 50-50. 50 homers, 50 stolen bases.
Good goal. Pretty small club.
Yeah, I'm surprised with Chisholm, 31 homers and 31 stolen bases. Not surprised by the stolen bases. But then again, Yankee Stadium's kind of built for his swing. Short porch and right. Hit high in the air, center field. Buck drifts back. He'll pull up. This one's off the batter's eye. 2-run shot. 10-0 Yankees.
Well, we wanted to see him hit, and that is Spencer Jones. All 6-7 of him as he hit that ball halfway up the batter's eye, straightaway center field with a smooth, easy swing. We talked about with Lagrange how that 101 comes out so easy. Well, that swing was nice and easy, and the ball just jumps off the bat.
He threw a breaking ball, and he had thrown a one prior to that. And that was just center cut. So a walk, 2-run homer. The Yankees do. Here's Lombard Jr. And takes it outside. Good-looking shortstop. There's a chance that this guy might beat out Volpe at shortstop. Young player.
20 years of age.
Yep. 35 stolen bases last year. So that fits in with maybe what the Yankees are trying to do. Just on a breaking ball outside.
I think Volpe's going to have a bounce back here. I think that they kind of came down pretty hard on him last year. Still a young player. I think Volpe's got a lot more left in the tank.
We said there's bad plays, but he's going to have to play some good defense.
Pitch clock violation.
Yep. So now 3 balls and no strikes.
Ugh.
Didn't that start the game that way with Ben Rice?
That's how he walked, yeah.
A leadoff walk on a pitch violation. Finally gets a sign. 3 balls, no strikes. And throws a breaking ball that is low.
Ugly baseball today. Again, the walks are just atrocious. 7 walks, 3 homers, and I think you could count on one hand the number of swing and misses that the Twins pitchers have gotten today. Now, Altavilla was sharp. Hartwig was good. But the other guys have all struggled. Still February, but obviously not where they want to be in terms of their control and their command.
You're going to have games like this. You know, I always give the pitchers a mulligan or 2.
Especially in February.
Yeah. Well, February, March, first time out. You know, once you start getting that 3rd, 4th, 5th appearance, you should be dialing in, because don't forget, as this pitch misses badly down and in, Fernandez bats, the right fielder. Don't forget, you have bullpen sessions in between that, so you're building your arm up, and to be able to come out here and know I'm only going to go 1 inning. Ground ball right side, that's going to sneak through for a base hit. The runner, Lombard Jr., he's going to advance all the way to third base as Larnach gets it back in.
Speaking of building up, Liam Hendricks threw on Stelly Field earlier today before the game, and Walker Jenkins took him deep a couple of times. And Culpepper took him to the wall. They did not have the numbers available, how hard he was throwing or anything, but a step for him to throw lives here in camp. Don't expect to see him in a game for a little while yet.
I think he's still building up. Late sign into camp. Curve on the corner for a strike. Number 9 hitter, Luciano.
And to me, no rush, right? The cancer, then the Tommy John. Like, if it's in there, let's find it, but you don't have to be in a hurry to get it.
That's down and away in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. They have 1st and 3rd. Now 10 runs on just 7 hits. Fernandez short lead at first, not running. Curve, little tapper over the pitcher's mound, can be fielded by Keishel. The only play is at first base, where gets the out. The run does score, and now it is 11-1 Yankees. Fernandez at second base now. Some tough plays right there. Keishel made it look easy. And we had talked Keishel was out taking some fly balls, but I think we got enough outfielders. You're not going to need to put him out there and let him play second base. Master that. Pitch on the inside. Not called a strike. Ben Rice, the batter. 1 for 2. He scored 2 of the 11 runs. Brito trying to get it out here. He's got 1 already. And that's fouled off on the breaking ball.
You know, Luke had played some outfield in the past, just a little bit of it, and obviously coming off the Tommy John surgery, they didn't want him trying to build his arm back in 2 different throwing motions, so he didn't play the outfield last year. But really instinctive out there, and the one benefit he could give you is if he was able to go out to center field for you, that would give you a ton of versatility.
Missed inside with a fastball.
We're always talking about someone to give Byron a day, right, or 2, and if Luke had the ability, you've got other guys who also can play second. I'm thinking of a Cody Clemens against a right-handed pitcher, some of the other infielders. That would be a slice of versatility, but I'm with you. Let him just get down and play second. He wasn't even allowed to throw in camp a year ago.
Fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not sure yet with Derek Shelton, the manager, as to does he like that kind of ball? Does he want, hey, here's my second baseman. You got to get his bat in the lineup. Go with a steady lineup for a while and see how it plays out. Curve swung on a miss. Nice. So there's out number 2.
So, Danny, when we need Yankee intel on what's actually happened with him, we go right to the source. Susan Waldman is the source. She says hello, by the way. And reminds us that Jose Caballero is going to be playing shortstop until Volpe gets back. We saw Caballero steal a ton of bags last year coming over from Tampa. And they expect Lombard to start the year at Double-A, work on his bat.
Pitch outside.
They love his glove. There's no question about his glove. We've seen it on display here today.
Dominguez homered, singled, scored 2. Ground ball. That's going to be a base hit out in left field. It'll be a shortstop position. There's the 4th run of the inning, and now it's 12-1 Yankees. Just a ground ball hit to the shortstop. They like to play that modified shift and have the shortstop play up the middle.
We've seen Dominguez yank one out of the ballpark to deep right. We've seen him line one to center and now jam one through the left side. 3-hit day for Dominguez. Here's DeYoung to bat. Brito curve in there. We'll be in New York for the 4th of July this year. Yes, we will. I think we have a day off in New York as well. We have a day off in New York. Then coming from Houston into New York. The heat of the summer. Ooh. Hit high in the air down the left field line. Martin to the track wall. Gone. 14-1 Yankees on another home run by this one, Paul DeYoung. Stop the fight. Ooh. That ball was clobbered. That was a hanging breaking ball. As many as he throws, Danny, it was really a matter of time. Yeah. And the veteran hitter knew what to do with it. That's right. You got a veteran in DeYoung. He's not going to miss too many of those. Helps his cause out a little bit. Here's the 9th batter to bat. Vizcarra. He's homered, walked, driven in 2. Lined out his last time up. This one missed down. Swim up bar's looking pretty good about now. Right about the 5th inning. Swim up booth. Crisply hit. Nice play by Keishel. Gets up and retires Vizcarra. He's plate 5 here. Sorry, 6. And it's all Yankees. We'll be back on your home for Twins baseball.
At twins.com.
(14-1) Yankees as we start the bottom half of the 5th inning. And let's step out 10 seconds for station ID break. Here's number 9 hitter Alex Jackson. He is catching here this afternoon. Grange back out there and missed down and away. Byron Dew up next, and then Trevor Larney. There's a foul ball to our left.
Second inning for Legrand, and again the velo's still there. He's right around triple digits. We've seen the slider, and we've also seen a cutter. Good looking kid on the mound. Just the poise, the body, the motion, everything about him.
A breaking ball drops in there. Good pitch there for a strike. Yeah, his stuff comes out of his hand real fluid. Similar to Duran. He doesn't have, he's taller than Duran. Runs it inside on him. Look out. 100. You know, sometimes you can see it maybe when he's throwing the fastball, his body, as he starts to deliver it, will speed up just a little bit. There's a ground ball to Hopper to third base. Pats the glove across the diamond and retires Jackson 1 out.
So, Danny, does he throw Buck a first pitch fastball, or does he throw him that little wrinkle, knowing how aggressive Buck likes to be early in counts?
I'm not sure if he's able to even know about Buck just liking to swing at that first pitch. But that's been, he's got a reputation around the league. And that hit him.
A sweeper.
Just grazed him. So Buck will reach first and most likely be lifted for a pinch runner. And maybe not.
Hang around a little longer.
Yeah, a lot of the guys we're finding out that are going to the WBC, Buck being one of them, they're being stretched out. They want to get their at-bats in games. So they're ready to go because it's kind of they're like 4 or 5 days of workout before they even start playing games. Larney takes that one on the inside corner for a strike.
Byron figures to line up in center field alongside the captain, Aaron Judge.
Yeah, how about that?
It's going to be a lot of fun.
You know, I was reading the Yankees here. They've got, I think, 12 players that are going to compete. And a breaking ball. Low.
That was one of
I was surprised Paul Goldschmidt is going to go as an infielder. Most likely their first baseman. Their bench coach, Brad Osmus, going to manage Team Israel.
Harrison Bader will be on that bunch.
Curve in there for a strike. And also their director of catching, Tanner Swanson.
Our old buddy.
He's going to be the bench coach for Team Great Britain. Didn't our buddy Drew Butera go 1 year? This ball kicks away and check swing, see if you win. He did not.
He played for Italy, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was.
And Nicky Punto played for Italy 1 year.
Well, there's some guys that are playing. Christian Vasquez isn't even signed with a team. And isn't he playing with
Puerto Rico? Yeah.
So,
well, you mentioned Jazz Chisholm. I believe he's playing for Great Britain.
Buck at first, 1 out. And that ball's in the dirt. Misfired there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I don't have Chisholm on this list. Got Aaron Judge. Oh, yes. There's Chisholm.
Caballero for Panama.
Buck runs, and the pitch is strike 3 on the inside corner. So Buck steals second. Larnick strikes out. That's the second strikeout for LaGrange, and now Keishel to bat. Keishel has 1 hit, 2 trips to the plate. Twins trailing 14-1. Only 4 hits for Minnesota here this afternoon. And there's a line drive caught by the shortstop. Well stroked off the bat of Keishel. They strand 1. We've completed 5, and it's 14-1. Yankees on your home for Twins baseball.
By you.
A couple changes for the Twins' new pitcher, right-hander Andrew Bash. And at third base for Gio Urshela is going to be Ryan Kreidler. Eric Wagaman is now at first base. Buck still in center. You got Martin in left. Larnach in right. Lee at short. Keishel at second. Wagaman at first. And Jackson still catching. First pitch from Bash is fouled off.
And this is Zach Short, who is hitting in lieu of Schumann. Saw a lot of Short with the Tiger.
Yeah. Didn't hit much over there. Righty delivers. Ground ball right side. Keishel a few steps to his left. He'll gather that and retire Short. 1 out.
And regrettably, we're not going to get to see Spencer Jones swing the bat again. This is Duke Ellis who will hit for Jones. And Jones, as advertised, he's a fun player to watch.
Twins have just had really 1, 2, 3 innings just one time. That was back in the third. That was Octavia. First pitch outside, ball 1. Ellis bats left-handed. Lanky left-hander. And that ball's hit high near right field. Larnach will turn around. That one's in the seats. So Ellis shows his power. 15-1. Twins are taking it on the chin. Ollie Sanchez will be the batter. What's so funny?
I was just thinking, you know, Ellis gets in there and you're like, hey, the 6'7" guy from the left side is out. It's a normal sized human, and he does the exact same thing. Plants one of the seats.
Well, the Yankees, I mentioned it earlier, they led the league in homers last year. Here's Sanchez. This one's in the dirt, ball 1.
And they've got a guy in the on-deck circle, Ernesto Martinez Jr., that caught our attention during batting practice because he is a giant human being.
Bash out of the stretch, swung on and missed. Sanchez calls timeout, steps out. One thing you don't see is many scouts. Usually the press box would be full of them, the seats down there below. He'll show up a little bit later, I think. Missed outside with a fastball.
Best conversations you can have in spring training a lot of the time with that group.
You know, they share information as to what they might be looking for. You find out what their organization they're from. And then you can look at their organization and say, okay, this is what they're looking for, or they need. And a lot of times, all the good scouts will head on the backfield as well. And a lot of times now the major league scouts, not so much scouting at the big league level, but they'll get an organization and you got them top to bottom, AAA all the way down. That one's fouled straight back. Sanchez, good cut. That's where you earn your money.
Did you tell Brad Ausmus today that you scouted him when he was with Houston?
Yep, he was a catcher. And he always had, I don't know, he always seemed to be a guy that would become a coach, manager. He's done that. Little tapper to the shortstop. Lee gets a chance and retires. Sanchez with a ground out. And here's your big guy, Martinez. We looked him up. We looked at some numbers. And for a big guy like that, doesn't hit the ball out of the ballpark that often. He does have the power.
And he's from Cuba, big kid, again, 6'6", 6'7". He's about 260 pounds, and he's a man who can fill up a batter's box.
Well, he's got a shin guard on that right leg and also covers his knee. And this pitch missed inside. And when you see a guy like that with all that hardware on, fouls a lot of balls off his feet.
His feet are very close together. Talk about all these big open stances. He is the polar opposite.
There's a ground ball past third base bag and out into left field. Nice play by Austin Martin to get it back into the infield. Off target throw, or he got him. Good try there by Austin Martin to get to it. It'll go as a double.
Wasn't a bad pitch, and again, a lot of movement from Martinez Jr. He starts with his feet way back in the box, almost like a runner stance, and a lot of kind of lunge forward in his stride. He just kind of jammed one through the vacant left side, and an accurate throw from Austin, who did well to get there, would have retired him, but the big man's at second base, acting like a second batter's eye.
There's Luciano to bat. RBI ground out last time up. 2 down runner at second. And a swing and a miss. 15-1 Yankees here in the top half of the 6th inning. And a swing and a miss. Came right back with a breaking ball, and he came up empty. No balls and 2 strikes. So the Yankees are going to retire CC Sabathia's number this year. I was reading about it. Boy, they've got like 25 guys with retired numbers, and number 8 has been retired twice. Yogi Berra and somebody else that I think that played.
Was it Bill Dickey?
Yeah, it could be. But he'll get a plaque monument out there in center field. Missed on a breaking ball.
I still have never made it out there.
Serious?
Trips to Yankee Stadium. I've yet to get out to Monument Park.
Wow.
I'm going to do it. I'll do it this year. Good for CC.
Yeah, I'm going to say back at the original Yankee Stadium, those monuments used to be in play. Mm-hmm. Imagine running around into one of those things. Swung on a miss, got him. Came back with a breaking ball. They score 1 on a home run of Ellis. 15-1 Yankees. We'll be back on your home for Twins baseball.
MLBTwins.com.
Here come the Twins here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. This is Eric Wagaman. He's going to get his first at bat. Jefferson on deck circle. He's DH today. We're supposed to get him on at some point when he comes out of the ballgame. And a swing and a miss. Hopefully cut there by Wagaman. Wagaman, Miami Marlin, trying to make this club. He's going to play a little bit of first base. Big kid. Curve high. 1 ball, 1 strike. (15-1). Missed outside.
Bunch of new faces, Danny. Around the infield, it's Roderick Arias. Looks like that's Kent at second base, or shortstop. Short at second base, and Martinez Jr. at first. Sanchez catching.
And a swing and a miss. And Kip Elliott in the office.
Yeah, hi, Kipper. Take your blood pressure medicine.
No, not him.
Duke Ellis, I believe, is in left field now. Kennedy Corona in center. And Jay Savina in right.
And foul back again.
What do you think Kip is wearing? He's got like purple, like with the collar up.
A la Roy Smalley.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
He will be down here. Here's the thing about Kip Elliott. He will get off the plane in Fort Myers already tan.
Yep.
Already tan.
Yep. He gets the spray tan.
I thought he had a tanning bed in the house.
Nope. I asked him about that. He said, no, I found out that those lights can be bad for you. So he's better just to go get him his sprayed on. And a swing and a miss strikeout. You ever tried that?
How long have you known me, Danny?
No, I guess not.
20 years you think I've had a spray tan?
Well, I was going to get you a gift card, but maybe not. You know who needs a spray tan?
My daughter was here.
Yeah, and your wife.
Yeah, they're here. They're here to get some
Yeah,
stuff.
I go, you guys must be from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just got off the plane.
Just got off the plane.
Okay. Here's Jeffers, DH, and 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And that one missed outside.
As Jessica's fond of saying, she plays basketball. You spend all winter indoors in Minnesota. Can't take any trips over the holidays or anything. And she says nobody is paler than a Minnesota high school girls basketball player.
Check swing went around on a bender. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The fun thing is you play some teams after holiday, and there's always one kid on each squad who went on like a vacation and got the tan and is all orange. Everybody else pale white.
1-1 on the way. And a swing and a miss. Bender. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeffers bats. And Kipper will also he'll get a haircut before he comes down. He goes to the tanning booth, and right next door is the salon.
It's a good cut.
It is.
A sharp cut.
He got the good gel going. Keeps it in place. Swung on a miss. 4 strikeouts now for LaGrange.
One of my favorite moments, and this is now my 20th year with the Twins, was when Kip and his boys were in Chicago, and they missed their flight, and they ended up jumping on the team plane.
Yes.
Remember what he was wearing?
Shorts.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, dress code on the plane, but not for him.
You took a picture.
I did. Pitch high and away to Brooks Lee. Catch some excitement. 2026 home opener as the Minnesota Twins are going to host the Tampa Bay Rays Friday, April 3rd. First 10,000 fans are going to receive that Minnesota Twins beanie. Brought to you by U.S. Bank. Get your tickets at twins.com/tickets. Popped up in the infield. Third baseman calling. Here comes the shortstop. He calls and puts it away. So 3 up, 3 down inning. Couple strikeouts. We've completed 6. 15-1 Yankees on your home for Twins baseball.
Experience baseball your way.
Hey, Twins fans, cheering on your favorite team in warm, sunny Fort Myers. It feels just right. Start planning your trip today at visitfortmyers.com. A couple changes. Luis Quinones is now on the mound pitching for your Twins. Today's Twin Spring Training Ball Game brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Top of the 7th, tell you about the other changes. Here's Chris Atterbury.
There are many of them as the leadoff hitter here for the Yankees digs in, and it's Kennedy Corona. He's now playing in the outfield. Corona facing Quinones with Cardenas catching. To say that about 5 times in a row. Kennedy Corona, Quinones, and Cardenas. It's 1 ball and no strikes. All pinstripes here today at the Lee Health Sports Complex as pitch 4 strike called. It's 1-1. Here's the defense for your Twins. Gabby Gonzalez is in left field. Emma Rodriguez in center. Henry Mendez in right. Jay Thomason is at third base. Ryan Kreidler moves over to short. Tristan Gray is at second. Wagaman still at first base, and Cardenas sketchy. Quinones gets an awkward swing and miss on a cutter. The count is 1-2. All Yankees from the drop. It began with a 5-run first inning that included 4 walks. Tough start for Marco Raya. Then it was a couple of homers in the second inning off of Cole Sands. 100 pitches in this game in the first 2 innings. More than 100 in the first 2 innings. And the first 100 pitches, 73 of them thrown by the Twins, just 27 by the Yankees. Been that kind of day. Lone run for the Twins, a Trevor Larnach homer in the first. Quinones delivers, and a ground ball near the Twins dugout. That one slips past coaches. That was Ramon Borrego came out to try and grab it, and it ends up in the dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corona the hitter. And the pitch. Ground ball, left side of the diamond. Kreidler, shortstop, picks it up. Sidearm throw, makes it look easy, and there's 1 away. Hitter is now Roderick Arias. Arias will bat. And Jay Savina moves into the on-deck circle. Red spikes, red glove for Quinones. Drops one on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. It's one silver lining today is that the Yankees blew both of their challenges in the first inning. So we haven't had a lot of head tapping in this 15-1 game. As a pitch downstairs, 1-1. Hot, sticky day here in Fort Myers. I think that lagoon's going to be doing booming business this afternoon and on through the weekend. Expected to stay hot here next couple of days. 1-0, big swing and miss by Arias. It's 1-2. And so much snow in the Northeast. We had a decent dump, about 8 inches the night before I came down. It's been warm in the Twin Cities, though, and that's starting to peter away. But boy, New York, Boston, the Northeast, they are covered. There's a line of back up the middle. Kreidler on the grass behind second, back up off his knees, throws to first. He got him by a half a step misplay by Kreidler. There's never been a doubt about his glove defensively. Can play short, can play center. Just needs to hit. And here's Avina. Caden Kent is into the on-deck circle. And speaking of players who wear Kent across the back of their jersey, the Twins claimed right-hander Zach Kent off waivers from the Cardinals yesterday. He's 28. Debuted with Cleveland last April. Was 1-0 with a 4.58 in 12 outings for the Guardians. He's a native of Virginia, originally a 9th-round pick out of VMI by the Rangers. It's a ground ball down to the Twins dugout. So Zach Kent into the mix. Right-handed bullpen arm. And the Twins are looking, casting a wide net, looking for arms. Trailing 15-1 here today. Pitch is swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Hoping to catch up with Ryan Jeffers at some point here after he left the ball game. I think he's had his last at bat, but he may be doing some work down underneath before he comes back out. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Down goes Avina and a 1-2-3 inning from Canonas as we head to the stretch here in Fort Myers. All Yankees. It's 15-1. Back after this on the Home for Twins Baseball.
Twins.com.
Welcome back to Fort Myers. Chris Atterbury with you alongside the great Danny Gladden. We are at Lee Hill Sports Complex on a sweaty Friday afternoon. All Yankees. Yankees have pounded out a handful of home runs. Twins mustering just a single run on a homer from Trevor Larnach in the first. It's 15-1 in favor of New York. Appreciate all of you joining us on the Treasure Island Baseball Network, and we welcome in our friends on Twins TV today, as we've done for the bulk of this spring training schedule, and our friends on Fox 9 Plus. Glad to have you with us. Tristan Gray will hit in Martin's spot. He leads off, batting left-handed, acquired from the Rays, and the former Rice Owl takes the ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Oswaldo Bido is on the mound, lanky right-hander. Carlos Legrand was outstanding, as Gray hits one high in the air, right center field. Corona chasing after it, reaches over his left shoulder and makes the catch. And there's an out here in the 7th inning, and Kreidler will bat. Legrand really the talk of Tampa and the camp there for the Yankees. And you can see why. It just makes it look easy. Velo is one thing, and people get excited when they see those triple digits, but 2 complimentary pitches, the motion is there, it's smooth, it's easy, mound presence. And he was very good over 3 scoreless. Now Bido's turn. And Kreidler takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Bido has what you describe as a whippy arm. We talk about different types of releases. Some guys will short arm it, throw it from behind their ear. He's got that long whip. As this one to the right side of the diamond. Diving stop up on his feet. And Zach Short throws out Ryan Kreidler. Dandy play from Short, the Yankees second baseman. Really nice play. Gabby Gonzalez will hit.
Well, Short, like you said, we've seen a lot of him, and that's his game. Good defensive player.
Now Gonzalez, as Bido comes set. Blade thin right-hander. Knee tight to the chest line. Shot towards shortstop, and it's off the glove of Caden Kenton into left field. I'll go was a base hit for Gonzalez. Yeah, really the polar opposite. You know, you saw Short step in a dive. He knew exactly where he needed to be. And Kent kind of a half step, but Danny very tentative and never got the arm extended.
Sometimes you can read a little bit about a player by those balls that are hit real hard at you. If you know, hit right at you, okay, I don't want to stay in front of this one.
And it was hit hard, 106 off the bat. As Emma Rodriguez will bat, and Emma pops the first pitch straight up near third, foul territory. Couple of Yankees there, and that one comes back over and bounces and lands just about 6 inches shy of the foul line. Nothing more than a goofy strike. Sanchez was there, Arias was there, Kent was there, and they all overran it. That was very close to being one of the more unique infield singles that you will ever see. Rodriguez has had a nice camp. He's shown some power, made some nice plays defensively. Hoping to make his debut this year at Target Field. As he can't hold up, swings through 0-2. We've heard a lot about how passive he is. He walks a ton in the minor league, strikes out a lot as well, great power. But we haven't really seen that passivity here in spring training. He's been very aggressive.
Oh, that check swing right there. He's kind of shaking out that right hand and a little tentative getting back in the batter's box.
If your Brito just hard in right here. Runner at first base and 2 outs. Oswaldo Brito delivers, and it's off the plate away with the changeup, so soft away.
Yeah, it was the changeup that got him fooled on that check swing.
Doubled up. One that fooled him, though, was a kind of more in. That's what they set up this time. They come in and get him with a called strike 3, a fastball at 96. So there's the called strike 3, the passivity we talked about with Rodriguez, who can be very, very patient at the plate. He's down on strikes and the inning is done. We're back for the 8th. All Yankees 15-1 on your home for Twins baseball. Well, Twins TV is now available for the 2026 season. Catch coverage for more than 20 spring training games for free. Then you can stream all the games throughout Twins territory without blackouts. Learn more and subscribe at twins.com/watch. Going to be Caden Kent on to hit for the Yankees. He's playing shortstop, and Kent will oppose Logan Whitaker, big right-hander out of North Carolina State. And the first pitch from Whitaker is a strike, and it's 0-1. Hit in 25 games last year between Cedar Rapids and Wichita. Pitched to an ERA of 2.11. 33 punch-outs in 38 1/3 innings, but he kept the ball in the park, only 1 home run. Clips the outside corner. It's quickly 0-2. Whitaker holds low and then brings the hands high above his head. And a big swinging miss, a changeup that buried its head in the dirt, and Kent couldn't hold up. Strikeout there for Whitaker. And there's one away here in the 8th. 15-1, the Yankees lead. Zach Short is now the hitter. We were talking about Twins TV, Danny. I was chatting with Brace, and he was on the minor league side for minor league photo day. And there was a lot of excitement because apparently there's somebody over there, pitch wide, who is a spitting image of Corey Probus. He's a coach. He's not a player.
In a uniform?
Yeah. Uniform staff. And apparently just straight up doppelganger. And try to get me the picture, as it's 2-0, so that you and I can figure out something creative to do with it. But apparently Corey has a twin on the minor league side. 2-0 pitch. It's sharply to third. Picked up there by Thomason on his feet. One hop throw is off target, and Zach Short will be safe. Boy, that was an odd one because Thomason at third, Danny, was on the ground before the ball got to him. It was almost like read the spin just a little funny, and he was already on the dirt, and he did a good job to stay with it, grab the ball, and then jump up on his feet, but that'll go as an infield hit.
I've always said that third base position, more of a reaction, and he reacted to go back down and lay down on that right hip, and then was able to knock it down. Not enough on the throw, though, to retire him.
Duke Ellis, who homered last time up, takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. Man on, 1 out. We're in the 8th. The Yankees lead by 14 runs, 2-touchdown game. Makes for a little better bus ride back up to Tampa and Steinbrenner Field. Pitch high 2-0, where thankfully we won't be this regular season. That's where the Rays played last year. They'll be back at Tropicana. Yankees will get Toronto tomorrow. Paul Blackburn against Jose Barrios. It's a pitch in. 3-0. Then they get Philadelphia, Will Warren and Andrew Painter. That's a fun matchup. Remember, we saw Painter here when he was the top prospect in the game, and he walked off the mound holding his arm and ended up having Tommy John surgery. Love to see that young man stay healthy and get a chance to show Phillies fans what they've been waiting for. Twins are across town at JetBlue tomorrow. They'll be taking on the mighty Red Sox. It will be available on Twins TV. It'll be a Red Sox feed. It will be available on Twins TV. As a pitch high to Ellis, ball 4, and they're on at first and second. Another walk. 8 walks for the Twins today. Twins have dropped their first 2 to the Red Sox, and they'll try to get in the win column tomorrow. Taj Bradley's going to throw. Kendry Rojas, who's been really impressive. Lefties Rogers and Bonda will throw. And our buddy Sonny Gray is going to pitch for the Red Sox. Ali Sanchez now hitting for New York. You and I are back on Sunday. And that's going to be Atlanta in town. Big swing and miss by Sanchez, 0-1. Looking forward to seeing their new third base coach, Tommy Watkins, back in his home stomping grounds. Half the ballpark's going to be...
A lot of hugs. There'll be a lot of hugs going around.
Half the ballpark will be Tommy Watkins' friends or relatives, because I think everybody...
Was he the mayor?
Everybody in Fort Myers is a friend of the mayor. Foul ball straight back. It's 0-2. Tommy, I got to talk to him. He rallied the troops after an 0-for-3 start to win the lower division championship at Fantasy Camp this year. Raised the trophy. So we'll be on the air Sunday with that. This ball hit in the air to right field. Mendez into the gap, and Hendry Mendez makes the catch, and there are 2 away. Runner at second short, tags and heads to third. Good baseball play there. Yankees on the corners for Ernesto Martinez Jr. Looks like Mick Abel's going to start that game against Atlanta. And Danny, he's one of those guys I haven't seen yet, but all the reports have been glowing on what Mick Abel's been able to do. So I'm fired up.
Yeah, we got a little bit of him, seeing him last year. So yeah, and he's on a path here to kind of maybe fill in one of those rotations.
Yeah, all the stuff is there. He has the least big league experience of the group of, Zebby and Sim and Taj.
Velocity was there last year.
Working on multiple breaking balls. Good kid, fun to watch. As a pitch fouled away, 0-1. Looking forward to seeing Mick Abel on Sunday, and we'll tell all of you all about him as you join us just at noon on Sunday. Sunday afternoon baseball as we turn the page to March, or traditional spring training month. Strike called, and it's 0-2.
Remind me, that's my daughter Whitney's birthday.
March 1.
March 1.
How about that? Big celebration planned?
We've got Max, grandson, March 12th.
Ooh, back-to-back as a pitch fouled away. I want to say Whitney's birthday was down here last year. Didn't you guys celebrate a nice little steak dinner?
It could have been.
Yeah.
One year they were down here, they hired a chef, and he came over and cooked for everybody. And that's when, well, Whitney was a vegan. So it was a lot of vegan dishes, which...
Mixed returns for you?
Yeah.
Well, I will say, having been a guest to dinner at the Gladden compound here, that you're a pretty good chef in your own ways.
Thank you.
Probably don't need to hire that out.
Thank you.
Big swinging miss here by Martinez Jr. Big Cuban's down on strikes, and the inning is done. We've played 7.5 innings of baseball. It's 15-1 Yankees, and this is your home for Twins baseball.
Tickets at twins.com.
Your local Toyota dealers are bringing you today's Twin Spring Training game. Toyota, let's go places. Henry Mendez into the batter's box. Left-handed youngster will face former Twin Brent Hedrick. Hedrick on to pitch, and he will face Mendez. Batting for Trevor Larnach, whose homer is the only run of the ball game for the Twins. Cardenas will follow. First pitch in there for a strike to Mendez, and the count 0-1. Twins fell behind early, avalanched in the first. It was a 5-run inning, 4 walks for Marco Raya. That just kind of took the air out of the day. Answered with a home run to make it 5-1, and you're thinking, okay, here we go. But then Cole Sands came in, and the Yankees clobbered a couple of home runs of their own, and the rout was on. Mendez takes another strike. He watched ball 1 sail low, and so it's now 1-2. Well, we got a little challenge action here. Twins do have 1 remaining. Mendez going to use it. And he was wrong. And now the Twins have no challenges either. One ball and 2 strikes. Brent Hedrick delivers, and a big swing and miss. Mendez lost his helmet. So he lost his challenge, lost his helmet, and loses his at-bat. Now he goes on strikes. The Twins as a team offensively today have walked once. It's Brooks Lee. And they have given up now 8 walks on the other side. That is not a great ratio. As Cardenas, right-hander, watches a strike. Weigeman's on deck. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Fort Myers. Biggest crowd we've had at Lee Health Sports Complex, certainly today. It's thinned out since its heyday earlier this afternoon. There's a foul ball pinballed straight back into the seats, 0-2. A lot of hollering down below us. I'm not sure somebody wants that foul ball. A couple kids in Savannah Bananas jerseys got their gloves up. No balls and 2 strikes. Hedrick at Illinois State. Broke in with the Twins. This one fouled straight back. I got to talk to him about FCS football championship game. Got a lot of Illinois State folks down in Nashville. Hedrick's looking down the barrel. Sanchez puts the sign up. Pitch is on the way, and it's just high. A ball and 2 strikes. A Friday afternoon in Fort Myers. Danny, we are off tomorrow, so Florida is your oyster.
It's yours. You have your family down, day off.
Yep. Ground ball left side, diving stop at third base. Well done by Arias to keep it on the infield, but Cardenas legs it out for an infield hit. Yeah, I would think we got maybe a little beach in our future tomorrow.
Okay, sunblock. Make sure they put the sunscreen on.
Well, they're at the pool now, so I'm hoping that they got it caked on and they'll be a base layered up by the time we get out there tomorrow. Here's Weigeman. Weigeman, a righty, facing the lefty Hedrick, so a little platoon advantage. Winkle is in the on-deck circle. Just off the outside corner, 2-0. Friday night, looking for a nice dinner tonight.
You going out?
Yeah, we'll go out. Tried to hire you as a chef, but I couldn't meet your rate.
All you do is buy supplies.
2-0. Down and in, 3 balls, no strikes, Derek Weigeman.
Where are you going? Pizza?
We're either going to go out to the water, go out, find some fish on the water, or we may stroll down to Naples. Just make an evening of it. The 3-0 is in. They may never leave the pool. I may be hitchhiking back to the place, and they may still be poolside when I get back. Been a long winter. 3-1. Good rip. Fouled straight back. 3-2. Beautiful day here in Southwest Florida. It was hot and sticky. It's kind of cooled off with a breeze a bit. The pitch jam foul back behind home plate. Stays 3-2. Still just scratching the surface on spring training. It was an early start. And again, we'll be out of here on, the 24th, headed to Baltimore. Open with the Orioles, and then on to Kansas City. 3-2 pitch. All the way again. Been pushing through that Earl Weaver book I was telling you about the other day. And I have got just Orioles stories spinning in my head. Boy, what a run they had of just developing phenomenal defensive players in particular, and throw a ton of strikes. Called it the Oriole way. Throw strikes, catch everything.
What era were you talking about?
Well, it started in the late 60s, the Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson teams, and it carried all the way over to young Cal Ripken. And Earl Weaver as a manager really evolved. He went from a guy who would bunt, scramble, and hit and run to a guy who was looking at on base and home runs. He was an early adopter to the platoon situation, having a lefty to face a righty and vice versa.
Well, he had some pretty good players.
Yes, he did.
Okay, and when you get good players, you make your manager good.
Absolutely. 3-2 hit high in the air to deep center field. Kennedy Corona back in front of the wall, at the wall, reaches up, And I think he made the catch, or did he? No, it's gone for a home run. Boy, it looked like it might sneak into his glove. It went right over his glove, and it's a home run for Eric Wagaman. A 2-run shot here in the 8th inning is 15-3. Straightaway center field, just at the top of the wall. And Wagaman wins the battle. And the Twins add a couple here in the 8th inning. Corona didn't really leap for it, and he was so casual that I thought he might have made that catch in center field. Not the case. Hitter is Winkle. He takes a strike. First homer of the spring for Eric Wagaman. Nice job. Winkle, a little comebacker off the foot of Pat Winkle, and that's a foul ball 0-2. Bottom of the 8th inning. 1 man out, 2 runners in. Ball squirts away. As Winkle awaits, Hedrick scratching away at that pitching rubber. The pitch. Ground ball towards first. The big man, Ernesto Martinez Jr. has it, goes to the bag, unassisted for out number 2. Why don't we take 10 seconds now for station identification on your home for Twins baseball. Jay Thomason will hit. Thomason thought that was the 3rd out. He was in the on-deck circle, and he went back and started to grab his glove, and then had to be ushered back into the batter's box. Left-on-left matchup here. And the pitch missed just inside, 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Big swing and a foul ball over near Aaron Boone, Yankee dugout. You dropped this on me today. 33 straight seasons, 500 or better for the Yankees.
Yep.
That is the longest active streak in baseball, and the only team who's ever had a longer stretch were the Yankees from like the mid-20s into the 60s, who had 39 straight years as a strike called 1 and 2.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Ooh.
You know, the Yankees aren't a team that's rebuilding. Ever.
Not one stink bomb. I mean, 500 or better every single year. Big swing and miss by Thomason, and now there are 3 outs. Thomason will go find his glove, and we're back for the 9th after this. Wagaman goes deep. It's 15-3 Yankees after 8 on your home for Twins baseball. $15-3 in favor of New York. We go to the 9th. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins. Love hearing that. And I think about any form, and I think if some kid made like a flip book of stick figures to produce or retransmit what happened today. Have to rip it up. It's not allowed. As Tyler Hardiman is the batter. He's facing right-hander Kyle Bischoff. Didn't you tell me your mom used to worry because she would tape your games, and she was worried that when she'd hear this that she was going to be in trouble?
I have a tub full of them.
VHS recordings?
Yep.
There's got to be some gold on there. Those recordings.
If you have a
VHS?
Yeah. That's like the old 8-track up, right?
One swung on a
Did you ever have one of those?
We had a CB radio in the car, but we did not have an 8-track. But I had friends who had cool older brothers with 8-tracks.
Mm-hmm.
The 1-2. One popped up foul. A lot of souvenirs today. Stays 1-2. If you think back at those broadcasts, she probably had them from the time you broke in all the way through the Twins years?
Yeah, she labeled them and everything, the Mets and, Cardinals.
Think of some of the legendary broadcasters that were on those games. As Bischoff hits Hardman right in the back. Leadoff man aboard with a 2-strike hit by pitch. It was a cutter at 86.
I did play one, and black and white, and it had deteriorated a little bit, but still watching my at-bats getting up there at the home plate and just, way I walked up the home plate, I would have been yelling from the other dugout at that guy.
Pitch high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Mm-hmm.
The image of you at home yelling at yourself on the tape, yelling at your younger self.
Yeah, get up there, let's go.
You were a little cocky? Is that what you're?
I just had just a confident one.
The 1-0 was fouled straight back. Did she do every game, or was it just kind of hit or miss, like certain games?
No, she would do at least, maybe 2 games. Like I said, I got a tub full of them.
I bet there are some gems in there. As a pitch wide, and the count is 2-1.
But I think what she did, she recorded the whole game, so it wasn't just me. It would be the whole game, the broadcast. Lon Simmons.
Oh, think about that.
Greenwald was doing some games.
Look at the old early Twins broadcast, some of the different.
What was the other guy? Joe. He was with Baltimore for a long time.
Joe Angel.
Joe Angel. Didn't he work for the Twins too?
He did. He called the pop-up that Kingman hit through the roof.
Okay.
And it sounded, Joe Angel later in his career sounded a lot like John Miller. And someone had labeled the Kingman pop-up, the audio of it, as John Miller. As Bischoff misses inside. And Yankee fans are mad. And it's a walk, and runners are on at first and second. Another walk issued by the Twins. And here comes Roderick Arias. And so we had it. John Miller, the brilliant John Miller on the air at one point, we played the highlight and said, John, what do you remember about that call? And he said, well, it's a great call. And I remember that Joe Angel made it. So, oops.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Angel was O.J. Simpson's high school quarterback. That's my favorite Joe Angel tidbit. Years later, he was still upset they didn't let him throw the ball more. Pitch fouled away, and the count is 0-1.
Yeah, he throw it right to him, to OJ.
Yeah, give it to OJ. No balls in, a strike. Nobody out. Twins are down 15-3. Pitch high. Bischoff really struggling to find the plate. There's a strike.
Get back and grab one. Finish him off.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the former Michigan State Spartan Kyle Bischoff. 26 years of age. Went to Michigan State, then to Toledo. And he gets a strikeout here. Big swing and miss on a cutter. So he battles back from an early deficit, and after a hit batter and a walk, that's his first out. Bischoff reached St. Paul last year at 4-2 with an ERA over 6 in St. Paul.
Yeah.
First pitch to Avina swung on a miss, 0-1.
Let's go.
Twins at JetBlue tomorrow with the Red Sox. You can catch it on Twins TV via the Red Sox feed. Danny and I back Sunday.
There it is.
As a swing and miss 0-2.
Did you ever get to broadcast at the new ballpark, St. Paul?
Go get him.
No, that was well after.
Well after you.
Yeah, I've been to games there, and it's just beautiful. No, I was at rickety old Midway, and it was a party every night, man. You'd look out in that
It still is, isn't it?
parking lot, and it would just, the trains rumbling by, and the asphalt's about 9,000 degrees, and it feels like the bleachers are going to fall over at any minute, and 6,300 people just having the time of their lives. It was the Twin Cities' finest outdoor cocktail party for years and years, and they still have a lot of fun over in that beautiful ballpark in downtown St. Paul. Check swing, the appeal, he went, and down goes Avina, back-to-back strikeouts. Caden Kent. (15-3). Yankees on top. They've hit 4 home runs today. Kent squats in from the left side. And has to move his feet. Pitch misses down and in. Fastball at 96. A little velo in there for Bischoff. A little scatter shot today. It's a fan down by the Yankee dugout with a big hand-painted sign that says, Oswaldo Cabrera, get well soon. This ball club. Right field, Mendez going back, and it bounces the base of the wall. He plays the high hop. They're going to send the runner. Relay throws a big old rainbow, misses the cutoff man. Wagner picks it up as the 16th run scores. And a booming double to right field for Caden Kent to chase home Kennedy Corona. $16 runs now. Probably 17 runs now because there were 2 runners on. Hardman scored in front of Corona. 17 runs on 13 hits. I think I'm going to burn this scorebook. Pitch for a strike 0-1.
I got to find a new one. I got just enough for one more game. So I'm on a mission tonight.
So you're good for Sunday, and then that's...
No, I got to get it. I'm not going to wait till Sunday.
Pitch up high, 1-1. Everybody's scorebook just a little bit different. Not like you can just borrow one, because mine is completely different than yours. Today, Danny, I think you could have kept scoring on napkin, the way that this ball game is gone. Hoping for better things tomorrow. JetBlue Park against the Red Sox. Taj Bradley's had a strong spring. Kendrys Rojas has been really good. Pitch down and away, 3-1. See the lefties, Rogers and Bonda. You met Bonda. You met Anthony, right?
Yeah, we had a good conversation. It was Rogers, Joe Ryan, Bonda. Tried to let him know about that Dodger-Giant rivalry. He said it's kind of softened up.
Is that what Bonda said?
Yeah.
Just because the Dodgers keep winning?
Well, there's been so many players that have kind of rotated from the Dodgers to the Giants. You know, it's softened, and I tried to explain to him when A-ball played against the Dodgers in Lodi, was taught then. Double-A, they were in San Antonio, was taught there. They were in Albuquerque, Triple-A, was taught there. And when you got to the big leagues, you really, really witnessed it.
You had built up kind of some of that energy against them.
Yep.
And again, there was continuity. You were playing against the same guys in different uniforms every year. Ball 1 delivered here to Duke Ellis. Duke takes a strike. It's 1-1.
And he was telling me that now the Dodgers' big rivalry isn't so much the Giants, it's the Padres.
Yeah, they really get after it.
Yeah, they do.
They've had the playoff matchups as well. This one in the air, sliced to left field. Gabby Gonzalez coming in, two-handed catch. And two more on the board for the Yankees here in the ninth. They lead at 17-3. Back for the home ninth on your home for Twins baseball.
Together.
17-3 in favor of the New York Yankees. They turned to AA left-hander Jeffrey Gilbert to try to get the final three outs of this one. Sizemore shuffles out to the first base coach's box. It's going to be Tristan Gray, Ryan Kreidler, and Gabby Gonzalez for the Minnesota Twins. Again, the Twins are in Boston tomorrow. You can enjoy it on Twins TV. We're back on the radio as well as Twins TV on Sunday as Atlanta comes to town. And we'll see Mick Abel against Atlanta. Grant Holmes scheduled to start for the Atlanta club. Tristan Gray bats left-handed. He's 0 for 1. Fly to center. And the pitch on the way is fouled near the on-deck circle into the screen, and the count 0-1. Twins have made a couple of moves, moving some guys to the minor league camp. Matt Caterino, who can't pitch anyway right now. He's still injured after re-signing back with the Twins. He's back over on the other side. This ball is lined over the head of a leaping Zach Short into right field. Boy, Zach Short waited, and then sprung up in the air, and he nearly climbed the ladder to get that one, but it's a base hit. Eighth hit for the Twins in the ball game. Here's Kreidler. Kreidler and Gray in camp, chasing a utility role on this roster. And primarily because they can play short. They're looking for somebody who can give Brooks a day at shortstop. And Cody Clemens is a guy who can play outfield, second, first, but he's not a guy they're going to put at shortstop. So an opening perhaps for Kreidler or Gray. Orlando Arcia is part of that conversation. Strike called, it's 0-2.
Yeah, and I'm not sure any of those guys have the inside track as of right now. I think it's still up to competition, audition. Arcia, though, has a little bit better track record.
He's had success trying to find his bat. Kreidler has never hit. He's always been great with the glove, and he strikes out here. Also gives you the ability to play in center field, which is added versatility. So a lot of different moving parts. You're fitting that roster together. We've got still 3 weeks to do that.
And don't forget, if you get sent down late in camp, you start the season with 26 guys. There's going to be, within a week, 2 weeks, you're going to have some roster moves.
No question about it. Big swing and miss 0-1 in this day and age. You need 36 to 40 players on your big league roster who can all play and help you win to have a successful season. The 26, obviously great honor. Everyone wants to be on the opening day roster, but You know, it is ephemeral. It is a fleeting moment, and then it's all hands on deck, whether you're wearing a Saints uniform on that particular day or not. Ripped down the third baseline, foul for Gonzalez, so 1-2. Shortstop Kent loped all the way over to get it, and right before he got to the ball, a guy came out of the Twins bullpen and grabbed it. Could have saved him a trip. Gilbert closed off from the left side, breaking ball, hung, and it was lashed back up the middle by Gonzalez. Second hit of the inning. Boy, that thing just kind of put a parachute out before it got to home plate, and Gonzalez had the good reactions.
He can hit a little.
Yeah, lined it back up the middle. Just good natural hitting skills. There are some guys who are good hitters, and they're almost lab-created hitters, and then some guys just have a feel for it. And Gonzalez exhibits a feel for hitting.
Yeah, he can be a bad ball hitter, and he's got some power. Fun to watch during BP.
This guy, too, Emmanuel Rodriguez, already a couple of home runs. And Rodriguez watches wide. You were talking about Jones being quiet, and this is the most we've gotten to see Rodriguez hit, and he's very quiet, very simple in the box.
Yeah, he's got good plate coverage. Not a lot of moving parts, very quiet, and power.
Yeah, he has some electricity in that bat. He watches wide.
Just a little bit of a leg kick, gets that heel off the ground a little bit.
Could really run. Pure center field. 2 on here for Emma. Hammers that one foul, 2-1. Mendez on deck. 1 out. We are in the 9th inning. Twins are just 1 14-run homer away from tying this game up. Down 17-3. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and hit high in the air, left field, and hit well. Ellis chasing after the wall. It's over his head. He swipes at it, bounces off the wall. That'll chase the lead runner Gray home. Gonzalez stops at third. That's a ringing oppo double for Emmanuel Rodriguez. And the Twins add a 4th run. They trail now 17-4. Pretty swing from Emmanuel Rodriguez.
Showing he's got some power the other way. That was well stroked. That's one of those balls that doesn't really slice away. That he drove that ball well off a left-handed pitcher.
Nice little takeaway late in this ball game. It's 2nd and 3rd now for Henry Mendez. Meeting on the mound. You talked about the way he hit that ball. I think Ellis, the left fielder, was kind of waiting for it to tail back like most of those balls to left field do, and it just never did. So Mendez has an opportunity. Struck out in the 8th. Gonzalez at 3rd. Rodriguez at 2nd. And the lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch is just low. That's one, if you got a challenge left, I think they'd probably go to the hat, but they don't. It's our first pitcher challenge of the spring from Luis Gil, and he lost it. 1-0. That's high. 2 balls, no strikes.
Find your pitch and drive it.
Well, you're going to have these games during spring training. 17 runs for the Yankees.
Kind of a Cactus League score, isn't it?
Yeah. Twins will be on the other end of it at some point, hopefully.
Pitch high, it's 3-0. You look at those Cactus League box scores sometimes, it's 18-16, 12-11.
They have them around here, too.
Here's the pitch. That's a strike. It clanged right off the catcher and ended up halfway up the third base line. It's 3-1.
He crossed the catcher up. He got out of his crouch to catch it high, and he had to get back down.
Hey, still your pitch. You're calling.
That'll be a conversation on the bus ride north.
No, I'm not going to. If I'm the catcher, I'm not sitting next to him.
Mendez awaits a 3-1. See if he gets something to rip at. Twins at second and third, and he swings and piles one high in the air to left field. Duke Ellis is underneath it. Medium deep. See if Gonzalez will tag. He will. Gonzalez is coming home. He'll beat the throw. Slides across for the fifth Twins run. Sac fly for Mendez. 17-5. The Twins are down to their final out. And Noah Cardenas is the hitter. When you were in the Cactus League, I mean, you guys were still doing the Tucson to Phoenix drive.
Yeah, they had 3 teams down there. Or I should say 2 teams.
Field.
Yeah, High Corbett. That was the Colorado Rockies. And I want to say the Astros were down there.
So Hohokam Park was down there.
And we were in Casa Grande at that time, and then moved up to Scottsdale.
How happy were the Giants when they moved from Casa Grande to Scottsdale?
Yeah, but you still had to go to Tucson, and I'd be making that trip. Then there was a team, the Angels, would have 2 weeks in Mesa and then go to Yuma.
Wow.
Or, I'm sorry, Palm Springs.
Line drive foul.
The Padres were in Yuma.
That's out there.
Yeah, and they had the Blue Angels. So every day, every game, they would see the Blue Angels flying over. But we would go to play Yuma, and then all the big guys would head back home, and then the other bus would go to
Palm Springs
and take on the Angels.
1 ball and 1 strike. Runners on at second base, and Emma Rodriguez. Twins down big. Pitch wide. 2-1. All consolidated now. Everybody's right there in the metro.
That's the biggest thing you hear about players when they go from the Grapefruit League to the Cactus League is the travel.
Yep. 2-1. Popped off the fist, back is short. Ellis breaking in from left field. Should have it. He does. And this ball game is in the books. Twins do pick up a couple of runs on 3 hits in the final inning. They leave a man, but they drop this ball game by the final score of 17-5. It was a flurry of walks, including 4 and a 5-run first, and the Twins could never recover. Yankees bang out 4 home runs. With the win, the Yankees are now 6-2. The Twins fall to 2-6. And Danny, this one got sloppy early, but was there anything positive you could pull out of this one?
No, I can't. I'll leave that up to you. I think Larnach's home run is a bat early, but they were already down 5-0. But Larnach had that good swing there. Defensively, really nothing stood out until late in the ball game.
Like Keyshaw played well at second.
Yeah, he did. But you know, you're looking for some of these other guys that are going to maybe fill a backup role. You want to see some of the plays that they can make out there defensively. So, you know, all in all, the pitching just wasn't locked in here today. And it started today with Rhea, and he just didn't have it. Had to come out of the ball game. So, all in all, the Yankees in here, they showed what they can do, and they can hit the ball in the seats.
Yeah, you don't want to try to butter this one up because it really wasn't.
No.
It wasn't there. I will say Dan Altavilla. He's a guy who we've seen a couple of times now. Like his attitude, like his stuff. He threw well, and he had a 1-2-3 to try to kind of get things back on the rails after the rough early start. But again, the pitching is not throwing enough strikes, not missing enough bats here in the early going. All right, friend, enjoy yourself. The next day off tomorrow. We'll see you again on Sunday. That's Dan Gladden. We'll take a break. Twins fall 17-5. Back to Rapid on your home for Twins baseball. Well, welcome back to Fort Myers. This one got away early from the Minnesota Twins. Marco Raya went full to the first batter he faced today and then walked him on a pitch clock violation. It was the first of 4 walks in what became a 5-run opening inning. 3 more in the second. The Yankees were off to the races. Too many walks for the Twins. They gave up 4 home runs, and they are snowed under 17-5 here today. The Yankees with the win and now 6-2. The Twins are 2-6. It was 17 runs, 13 hits for the Yankees. No errors, 6 left. 5 runs on 10 hits for the Twins, an error, and 6 runners stranded as well. Home runs for Wagaman late, and early it was Trevor Larnach with a nice home run off of Luis Gil, his first of the spring. Winning pitcher was Gil, 1-0. The loss to Raya, 0-1. There were 8,285 in attendance here today, our largest crowd of the spring. 3 hours and 14 hot minutes to play this one here today at the Lee Health Sports Complex. Twins back at it tomorrow. They're across town to take on the Red Sox. Taj Bradley, Kendry Rojas, both scheduled to pitch in that one. Game will be on at noon Central Time, and you can find it on Twins TV, not on the radio. Danny and I will be off. Danny and I are back though with you on Sunday as Nick Abel takes the hill here at Lee Health Sports Park, and the Twins tangle with Atlanta on a Sunday afternoon. Until then, so long. Enjoy your weekend. Twins fall 17-5 today in Fort Myers on the home of Twins baseball.